Recording activate.
Record you opening your birthday present.
Opening, I guess it is.
Yeah,
still
do your
kinda-
birthday present first. And then
Did you
we'll
have a
start the
birthday
game.
present?
It's right there.
I mean,
Right
did you
here.
have a birthday?
Yeah.
He turned
When was
30
your
on
birthday?
Friday the 13th.
Oh,
It was
motherfucker.
Friday the 13th. Lucky.
Wow. You turned 30?
Yep.
Oh.
30.
You don't look 30. That's for sure.
No, he has a baby face. Yep.
Trying to hide with all that hair.
3-year-old facial hair. I gotta
Pretty
put
soon,
something.
yes, I say pretty soon you should be able to tie it like it's a beard.
Maybe that's the idea.
That's Paul Bradley.
The Breard.
Brad getting a new commander. Never thought it'd happen.
He's gonna force it upon him.
Yeah. I was like, should have gotten my girl commander.
Oh. It's all his favorite colors. Plus, it's artifact sub themed, so.
I do need an artifact deck. Never made one.
Now you got one.
Artifact decks are the best, bro.
I love him.
I don't have any broken artifacts though.
Zebo needs a broken
Got a
artifact.
few usable artifacts. Is this supposed to come out the top or the bottom?
Bottom.
Freaking cold.
You're cold?
Yep.
Yeah, a bunch of sneaky fuckers in here.
I swear, I don't smell anything.
Yeah, I might have smelled the litter box at some point today, but I also just cleaned it last night.
Definitely not the litter box. I know the difference between cat shit
I don't
and
smell it either.
Yeah, I didn't
Go
smell
outside,
anything.
adjust to the nice clean air, and then walk back in. You don't smell your armpits.
It's been 84 years since I had a new commander.
Nice.
Life total counter up to 20. All you need for commander.
Yeah.
A commander deck with a life spinning that goes to 20.
That's weird to me.
Pretty funny.
I do know what.
On
format
the
they're
other
making.
side, Brad.
Oh,
The other side goes to.
there's.
There's two. I see. Oh.
This goes from 40 to 21.
Yeah.
And then you flip it. That makes sense, I guess.
You gotta be smarter, Brad.
I mean, it is kind of weird to use both sides of a. Have to flip it over when you lose half your life total. A little weird. Plus, if you gain life over 41, you're just fucked.
Brad starts with the instructions.
Yep.
I could play Magic.
Gotta see all the artwork and stuff, bro. Tells me how to play the deck.
What else you get your free birthday?
Um,
I'm the best friend ever. You're welcome.
in the box to the left of my microwave. I should check that stuff out.
Where is it?
The 2 black boxes to the left of the microwave.
You get a pack?
I
Yes.
doubt it. I don't know what this is. It's like 1 card or something. It doesn't feel like very. Like, it's definitely not a pack.
Oh yeah, this is what Kevin got you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me. I had to keep my mouth shut for a while.
No, it's more than 1 card. Oh, one of them's like a token. What the hell is this? Like, foil Ornithopter and an alternate Draconic Destiny?
Let me see.
Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, flying haste, pumpable as a dragon, and it dies, returns its hand. And a slightly warped looking foil Ornithopter, old school style. Old school stylings. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
You're not right with that.
Collector booster sampler. Sealed product not for resale. The Brothers War. I don't know. You buy pre-constructed. Is that normal?
Yeah,
They just give you 2 promo cards or something?
yeah.
Fairly to moderately neat.
$3,300 XP inbound.
I hope I'm getting one. I'm getting kind of close.
It's the old school foil style on these. Old school card art or whatever.
Oh, there's a lot of old school looking stuff. This is all.
Yeah, everything looks old school.
That's awesome, actually. This is super cool.
Nauseous Gearhulk. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a brand card for sure.
Yeah, I've always wanted one of those.
Man, that deck looks busted already. Jeez.
Austere Command.
Yeah, these are always such good value.
Yeah, I haven't really. I mean, the vampire one was the only one that was kind of.
Really, you usually only tweak like, I don't know.
10 cards maybe.
Yeah, 4 to 10 or 11 maybe. I don't know. You don't. I mean, the deck's pretty good. If you tweak it too much, you fuck with the synergy.
Tashar's in here. He's disgusting. There's a deck of its own right there.
Figured you didn't have enough Esper decks, so.
Exile, Urza's Ruinous Blast. Biden of Thassa, old school style? I didn't know that even existed. I thought that was a new card only.
It is.
So this is a unique print.
Yeah.
Probably all these are. This deck might actually be worth more
Something
than its,
down the line, yeah, for sure.
more than its retail value. Probably most commander decks are though, but this one looks like it might be.
You already leveling
exceptionally-
up, Ben?
I'm not
I
just
mean-
handing out level ups like candy.
Yes, you are. Come on now.
This is a lower XP dump.
Yeah. Don't forget the XP part.
Shimmer Dragon. Dr. Spy Network. Marionette Master.
When you get through a pile, I'll go over here and I'll start sleeping it.
Baleful Strix, that's like $1 right there. Oh, Sharoom.
That deck looks like it's literally packed with power.
Yeah, this deck looks like it's worth a lot more than $40.
It's 45 in tax, whatever.
That's a really good
Looks
deal.
like an $80 deck if I had to guess. Vindicate. Disgusting. Damn, that even looks really sick. The border's like completely original looking.
It hits lands too, Brad.
Yeah,
So,
permanent. Ooh, an Etched Champion, another one of those. A way cooler looking one.
Brad, give me that pile you already looked through.
I kind of skimmed the first part of it. Didn't really look at the commanders yet.
I'm guessing you're going to put the commander in a different colored sleeve, right?
Probably a Mirror Battlesphere in here. God, Solemn Simulacrum, all these cards are fucking ridiculous.
Seal Hellkite,
Jeez.
Overseer, damn.
Exotic Orchard. Yeah, I need one of those. I never had one. Plains Island Prairie Stream with the alternate border.
Dude. I want to buy that deck now. That looks sick. You see Magic cards just
River of
look...
Tears? What the hell? This is a strange one. Tap it to add a blue. If you played a land this turn, add a black instead.
Yeah, that's weird.
So you play a land first to get a black, or you wait and tap it first to get a blue.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah, these cards do look old as shit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah,
like the
this
old
is
border.
a fucking really cool art style with border and everything. I always like these borders. The foil doesn't look as good because it just foils the border only,
Yeah.
but the rest of it is all.
Oh
awesome.
my god, he's got a skull clamp.
Good old Skull Clamp.
Soul Ring! Busted.
No shit.
I mean,
Well,
they
of course
all go
that's in
for
there.
it.
An Island Swamp as well, the Sunken Hollow. Temple of Deceit. That one's worth a couple bucks. Temple of Enlightenment, same. Temple of Silence. I already have a shit ton of, but I'll take another.
That looks cool. The old border.
Yeah, this looks fucking awesome.
Dark Steel Citadel.
Preordain.
Bangs bang. Indestructible land.
Suck it. Fucking suck it.
Game!
Arcane Signet. Nice. Azorius, Demir, and Orjov signets. Mandatory. An artifact land that's legal?
Yeah.
A basic artifact land that's legal. Weird. Well, it's not basic, I guess, but. Untapped for white. Bajuka Bog. Nice. Command Tower. Man, these art styles look really cool. Just the card formatting. Indestructible Land.
Hey! This is the deck you can put Worm Coil in.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was what I was
true.
thinking.
True, and it even's got the old border.
Yeah, it's got the old border.
Grotesque. An indestructible land for Ben, though. Artifact lands, too. Wow, indestructible artifact lands.
He's not gonna know what to do with this deck.
It didn't work? What? He's ahead of me now.
Path of Ancestry, that's pretty cool. Scry 1 when you play a creature that shares a type with your commander. All the indestructible, enter-tapped, dual artifact lands. Never even seen these before. Seat of the Synod. And all the basic. Yeah, there's a lot of artifact lands in here. That's broken. Didn't know that was legal.
Yeah.
Yep.
They just recently printed a bunch of them.
6 artifact lands that I've counted so far, I think, and 3 of them are indestructible. Even the basic lands look kind of cool with that style. Oh.
That's your actual commander.
Oh.
Thick card. The thick boy himself.
Yeah, who's the commander?
This guy right here.
Urza, Chief Artificer. Which I have. That's the fake one, the fake thick one, I guess.
No, that's the real one that Ben has.
Affinity for artifact.
Your
Oh,
thick
then
one there.
This is thick? Oh, yeah, you're right. It is.
Artifact creatures you control this.
Better not
Thick
see
is
it.
fake.
0/0.
Probably will.
Gross.
Jeez. Busty.
Phyrexian Horror token. Constructs. Mirrors. Oh, finally got a mirror token. Blake.
I have some mirror tokens, but instead of bigger ones.
I don't know where mine would be if I have any. Oh, I got 3 mirror tokens. Mirror Battlesphere. It's gonna be really hard not to just put that in Perforos. These random promo cards. I guess Ornithopter. No, Ornithopter probably doesn't go with that.
No, not commander.
I mean, in a ninja deck, but that's it.
It's a cool deck.
Draconic Destiny is a mythic, but I wouldn't say it's probably worth it now. I think this was the top of the deck. Right.
Brad or Blake's got a bunch of them.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a ton of bombs in here. Some of which
Here, Brad.
I've wanted for years. Teshar broken.
Where's that Wurmcoil? What are you cutting? It's really cool how they did the art with the whole deck. Like that old school art.
I
Yeah,
thought it would only be the commander.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad to
didn't-
see that the entire deck's like that.
that's pretty sick. Basically, every card in this deck is an alternate print.
Well, yeah, that makes it even better because all the cards in that deck will go up with value over time.
Yeah, I think pretty much every card in this deck will. A lot of these are staples that I've known about for years. And they're all unique prints.
I figure now that you're 30, you deserve something nice.
I can't wait till I'm 30.
Well, I can't.
I almost felt bad for getting laid on Brad's birthday when he didn't.
Had a girl over in my bed and didn't get laid.
That sounds like a good
Brad, yeah. How could you not seal it?
Failed his charisma.
Failed your charisma, huh?
She didn't want to do anything since she's moving out of state.
Alright, well, I'll just give you a back rub then. Let's go.
They don't just drop their panties when you give them a back rub, Donnie. Maybe for you.
Yeah.
You're not giving back rubs right. Why you could break out the oil? It's like, oh, you don't want to get this on your pants. Verbatim how it went down on your birthday for me. And then I went through Tom. All these indestructible lands? Jeez. Ben, you're gonna have to come up with a new strat.
Whatever, man. Talk to Blake. He's pretty good at that, too.
What?
Destroying lands.
No.
That's Ben's speciality. I mean, this guy could just one-shot people, potentially. 5-drop, double strike, ward 2. Other artifacts I control have ward 2. Power equal to the number of artifacts I control. I have like a couple artifact lands out, some like treasure tokens and Thopters, and bam. Take 24. Austere Command will be broken in here.
Are we ready for this dump?
You ready?
I'm ready to
He
get
can
dumped
listen.
on.
He can listen.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything that crazy.
Alright, before we start, what happened last time on D&D?
We dipped out of your encounter.
I know. Apart from the obvious.
Escaped the mansion and saved the dudes they got what they could out of the mansion.
Yeah,
And
we
then the
got.
Cathars met us halfway and covered our retreat.
Leftover.
Nice. Oh, the black
I-
battles.
Come on now.
Thought they were gray when you threw them to me. I was like,
Here you go.
Some dude.
Man,
He
that
injected
land-
his buddy and turned it into a ginormous Eldrazi horror flying
Oh
token.
yeah,
We got out of there with my expert plant growth.
things got sketchy.
And a
So
silence spell, and then some Cathars killed the flying Eldrazi.
Didn't kill it. They just scared it away, right?
Yeah. And then,
They scared it away, and then he was like,
we were
"Oh,
talking to
you."
this dude, and he
we-
said he's from another
We
dimension.
told him about the battleship that came in, and then he was like, "Oh shit, listen up." And,
this is a story
we're about-
all about how the Eldrazi fucked all of my towns.
We did that for
And so now he's about to tell us
Scoop
everything.
these up. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's more or less what happened.
That dump all over our mouths.
Diarrhea dump of lore.
All Alright, here goes nothing. This will be Revelations Part 1.
Where'd this come from?
I gave it to you for your commander.
I know, but where'd you get it?
It's just an extra that I had.
From one of your decks.
Yeah.
Purple and black.
Alright. Everyone was in shock, and all eyes were on Kinsley. Was he, in fact, from a different world? Our heroes rode horseback until the sun had set, and further still. Kinsley and the others wanted to get as far away from the ruined cities of Alabaster and Chalice Vale as one could for a day's worth of hard riding. This made sense. Their enemies could be anywhere at any moment, so it was best to play safe. Our heroes eventually come to a small patch of woodland under the half moon light. There was a small clearing just a ways in. It was an ideal spot to make the midnight camp. It was deemed proper not to have a fire going. The light from Silver Song, the plains moon, was enough. No point in making a beacon from which one could be spotted. The Cathars tied their mounts and began to set up their tents, offering the Covenant a place to sleep for the night. If you guys didn't have tents or whatever.
I have trees.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
David got to feeding his horses with that look of, what in the fuck did I get myself into? And then there was Kinsley Dash. He was making a seat upon a rock.
Right? That's how I'm feeling right now.
The man could not hide it. There was much sorrow to the man.
This is the guy already wearing
Yeah, you're already wearing one.
He's already dressed up.
I'll take it off.
So before he does this diarrhea lore dump, we ride for like as far as we can ride to get away from there.
for like one night.
Is that what you said?
Basically.
Okay.
Until the guys got super tired.
All right.
Apologies, my lord.
He was in contemplation. He was clearly searching his mind for the best possible way to tell his side of the story. Kinsley is a man in his 50s. Yet he looked closer to 70.
And he's human, I take
Yeah,
it.
the hardship he had endured showed plain as day upon his tortured face. His once blonde hair was now mostly white from age, but mostly stress. All the men gathered around him like moths to a flickering flame.
How many men does he command?
He commands 12.
Okay.
You have Donnie your candle.
He looked at everyone who gathered,
The one that I use already?
Oh, it's already gone.
and his face darkened as he began speaking. I will need to stop my tale in the village from where I grew up. I need to do this, for it will add much context as to why we're here.
With
You'll soon find out as to the true extent of the horde of the law.
one back.
So,
The true extent of what?
the true extent of the horror of it all.
Anybody want a pizza?
Alright. As I retread my tale,
Sure.
I would beg your forgiveness. For I have done many things in my ignorance that I'm greatly ashamed of.
He begs our forgiveness and he's done a bunch of stuff because he was ignorant.
Yeah,
Okay. Like what?
he's gonna tell you.
Will you shut up? I'll tell you.
My tale begins in a village named Halden. The village where I spent my early childhood growing up. Yes, indeed. This village would not be on any map that you would here possess.
No way to burn this candle.
Like all those that came before me, I grew up as a free-range slave. Growing up, you see, we were never able to venture too far from our village. All villages and city-states from my plane of origin have a strict curfew. When once night would fall, the Watchers would come. Watchers, he explains, that they're eldritch monstrosities. They have a keen eye for those who would challenge our Lord's doctrine.
That thing in the sky that you hit with your fire columns. Was it a watcher?
No, that was one of Saul's twist creations. I'm sure of it. And for those who were careless, were straight outside the safety of the village barrier. Curfew. Well, one of my earliest memories was when me and my childhood friends went outside the village to explore and to see what sights there were. The Laurel lights were on. From the village, one could see a mountain in the distance, and us kids realized that if we could make it to this mountaintop, more like a really tall hill, really, we may be able to see Yenithia, the City of Lights.
Athea?
Yenithia.
Yenithia.
For at night, from the village, you could see the faint glow of the city in the far distance. What do you think it did to us children? It made us curious. For you see, there are no stars upon our world.
No stars?
Yeah. At night, there's nothing but a void above. The only lights that were visible once night fell.
Weird.
Yeah, that'd be eerie.
For once night fell, the only lights that could be seen were the torches of villages and small city-states. The pale red glow of our moon, the moon we call Dark Star, and the radiant glow that came from behind that mountain hill, from Yenithia. And like other kids, I was inquisitive. I wanted to know why things were the way they were. So, we children hatched a harebrained plan. We were to sneak out of our parents' house and climb the mountain outside the village. There were two problems with this plan. First was the fact that we would have to travel several miles to the hilltop mountain. And the second was the fact that we had to go through the wirewood, there and back before sundown, lest we get caught out at curfew. Keep in mind, we were only kids. We had, up until this point, had only heard stories of the Watchers. We had yet to ever see one up close or in person up to this point. It was nothing more than a story to scare us straight, we thought. Plus, we thought we could make it. It'd be hard, but we could make it. Curiosity, as I was soon to learn, was nothing to be rewarded there. Being curious, as I would come to find out, will often get you, your friends, and your family killed.
You just giving this to me, or what is this?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use it.
Thus,
Okay, I thought it was for this deck for a second.
You have a link deck, don't you?
Probably.
thus, we started on our journey at sunrise. We snuck out of our homes and met up. There was much apprehension at first. Of course there was. We were going against everything that we had ever been taught up to that point. But, in the end, the foolishness of a child's courage won out when we started off. Stolen foodstuffs and plenty of water pouches. Then, trouble started. We came to the wirewood. And he starts to explain what the wirewood is. It's a nearly impassable wood that surrounds the village growing fields. I would later find out that every large city, state, and village has these growing around it. It marked a barrier where it was as far as anyone would willingly go. I would come to find out later that even this supposed natural growth around our village was a form of containment. But we were children. We were small. We would have an easier time going through the wirewood. Yet, the wood was a daunting task. It's a tangled mess with little light coming through its canopy. At the end of it, only two children stayed true to their idiotic courage. Me and Jeswa, my childhood friend. I'm getting to the point. Just bear with me.
Is he saying this?
Yeah.
We're listening.
The other children would no doubt get a scolding from their parents and rat us out. This fact alone had only pushed us into doing this foolish task further. It strengthened our resolve. If we were to get punished, at the very least we could say it was for a good cause, such as the mind of a child. We pushed into the wirewood. I do not know how long we were there. I remember Joshua having the biggest smile on his face the whole way. Eventually, I had to sit down to take a break. It was hard going through the wirewood, for that was no doubt its purpose and its intention. The wirewood was there to slow and disorientate all those who would leave their village. Joshua had gotten ahead of me, and before I knew it, I had lost him. His voice had grown fainter and fainter until I could no longer hear him. I lost him. I was lost. Panic took me as I frantically searched for my friend within the wirewood. I must have spent hours screaming and searching for my friend. I had found myself outside the wirewood. In my panic, I had somehow doubled back the way I came from. And then a dark realization hit me. The sun was beginning to set. And very soon, our curfew would come. And just what was, for all I knew, lost in the wirewood.
His childhood friend.
Papa's.
I
I have $10 in Papa Dough that expires next month.
Men. Pap and onions.
Figured. You want extra onions?
Yes.
Thought vessels.
I already got it.
Nice.
Oh, so many broken cards in this deck. Liquid metal torque. A little bit of grave hate. Sharding Sphinx.
Sharding Sphinx.
Sharding Sphinx.
I had no choice.
Thing's good.
Funny and unfortunate name,
I
Pretty
waited
good.
for as long as I could, but I had to return to the village before night fell. I was met with fearful and hateful eyes upon my return. It was as though I had killed someone. How little I knew then what I had done. My parents were, of course, thrilled that I would come back before sundown, as any parent would be there. I had yet to understand the gravity of it all. The sun had set. I was scolded at, yelled at throughout the night. The entire village was against me. The elders were saying how the Lord of Light would look down upon us with disfavor. How I would bring the light of judgment down upon our village. On and on this went. Some even threw rocks at me. And then we saw Joshua. Everyone was, of course, thrilled for his return. And he starts to look visibly upset. He was running back to the village with the biggest smile I had ever seen. He had no doubt done it. He yelled out to all those who lied just inside the village barrier, yelling how he reached the top of the mountainous hill and saw for himself the city of light. But it was too late. What once to us children was just stories meant to instill fear and commitment to the laws of the land were utterly transformed into reality. For at that moment, just before Joshua made his entrance into the village, they came, the Watchers. I still remember his smile. He shakes his head in disgust. Though unseen, they were always there, waiting for the child to return. They materialized out of nowhere. It's like they were invisible. These things, these floating flesh sacks of uncountable eyes and tendrils, they grabbed Justwa, and as if performing for an audience, it slowly, painfully tore the boy apart in front of everyone. I still remember the screaming from his parents. I can't forget it. We weren't even afforded a proper burial for the boy afterward. Once they were done with their sick, twisted performance, they consumed the boy on the spot. The reason why I'm telling you this part of my life is to instill in you an understanding of the enemy that we face.
We've seen lots of shit.
All of us will have a similar backstory, you see. The lives we have lived are steeped in ignorance.
All of you Cathars, you mean?
We'll get to that. The Cathars. That's the point of my plane of origin I've come to accept. My plane of origin is a carefully curated prison, meant to curate the most fanatical followers, the most dedicated servants. Only a day passed before the Lord of Light would send his Inquisitari to check the village. That's his enforcers of the law. All people to the village were summoned to the village center to greet the Lord of Light's emissaries and to give honor to our so-called protector from the outer evils. This was not a request, of course. This was a mandate of the highest order. I would find out later what would happen if the village failed to comply. The head emissary would start with their usual spiel of the Light's promise. And he explains that it's a scripture that has been drilled to them since birth. It tells how, long ago, a great darkness has spread throughout the cosmos and consumed the stars. It told of how our world was the only one left in existence to hold light and hope. That the outer evils were in the process of destroying our world. That, in fact, it was these forces that were responsible for the current state of our plane. On and on the speech goes. How that we people were born from out of darkness. How that we had no souls of our own. And that if we were to die, we would be faced with absolute oblivion. However, of course there would be. There was one hope. And that hope was with the Lord of Light. Our only hope for salvation was to serve the Lord of Light, so that we may fight the darkness that had killed the stars, so that we may fight the darkness that is slowly consuming our world from which we lived in, so that we may gain a soul and find rest in the Lord of Light's eternal kingdom, the city of light, Unithia. I would much later come to find out the extent of the lies. You have to understand, I had nothing else to compare to or contrast to. These were the only teachings I knew. Teachings of the Lord of Light. Again, no doubt the point. And so, like all the other children in the village, I was enthralled. The emissary looked to us children after he had completed his recital of the Light's promise. He could see the guilt upon me. He had asked what was bothering me. And, of course, I cracked under the pressure of the guilt. Told the man everything, much to the fear of my village. About how we broke curfew. The man had stood there for some time. But he eventually kneeled down to me with a stern look. And he had explained that the curfew was for our protection. Sure. The emissary was there for one main purpose: to recruit soldiers, us children, to serve the Lord of Light. He used this bleak opportunity to talk about the outer evils. How the outer evils were attempting to breach and corrupt what little of our world that was left. He made a point to explain that the Watchers were part of this outer evils. And although there was nothing to be done about the boy that I had a hand in killing, I could join the Legion of Light, our army, as it were. In service to the Lord of Light, I could redeem myself and gain favor to my village, and in doing so, me and my parents would be given a soul, so that we might rest in the love and the light of the Lord of Light. All this I was told, so that we were going to be part of a vanguard, that we were going to take back our world and free the very stars from the grips of darkness. You see, me and my parents would be forgiven for my sins. Keep in mind, I was just a boy. I bought it. I wanted to defend the world and fight evil. I wanted to serve the Lord of Light and prove myself worthy. I wanted the soul. I wanted forgiveness. And to avenge the friend that was eaten by the Watchers. The recruitment worked. There was nothing else. It worked on all those children, in fact. We were taken from our parents to begin our training in the art of spellcraft and martial combat. We were taken to a place called Milites. It was a mountainside fortress with a clear and direct view of the City of Light. I still, to this day, cannot deny it. The City of Light is wondrous to behold. And he describes like the architecture of the city.
Does it look like the city that we saw?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it looks like he's describing
He's
exactly what we
describing
saw.
this upside down city that we saw.
Mono blue card that destroys.
It's an artifact. It just looks.
You've seen your city.
Yeah, I have
Pretty sick.
Tell us of this
to. I don't have that
battleship.
for mine.
We'll be getting to that. The City of Light was wondrous to behold. I can still remember how the city would illuminate the night sky. Again, we had no stars from where we came from, and our moon was a most dull red sphere. For the next 16 years, I would be trained how to draw swords, wield spear and shield, to read and to write, learning why our world was the way it was. In other words, buying into the propaganda. Yet, this was not my primary training. The training I received most of was to draw upon the Lord of Light to cast spells. Yes, the clerics whom we are in battle with get their spells from the Lord of Light. Though I don't understand how this works, knowing what I know now. I don't know if it's the fact that the Lord of Light himself is where their magic stems from, or if the Lord of Light works as a kind of vassal for the Eldritch gods. I believe the latter is likely the case. I would train with the servants of the Lord of Light himself. I would ace all their tests that my recruiters would throw at me. It even boosted my ego, saying that I had a gift, and that was to make a real difference in our world. And then, my first real test came. They threw our group into the White Wastes. It's a borderland where the ruin of my world stems from, where all manner of horrid creatures lie. And it begins to explain that this White Waste is the disintegration of this plane. How the plane is like slowly shrinking over time. The test was a simple one, really. It was to survive. Admittedly, this would have been a red flag if it weren't for my then blind commitment to the Lord of Light. The waste or areas of my plane has begun to buckle under planar entropy. As the laws of the universe begin to break down. Half my comrades were slaughtered during this survival exercise. The exercise intent was to reinforce our fear of the outer angels, and to reinforce our blind commitment to the Lord of Light. In fact, I'm ashamed to admit worked on me for a time. After my 16 long years of training / indoctrination were completed, I was assigned to the Brilliant Brigade. The light to pierce the darkness was our motto. This is where I met my commanding officer. This is where I had met my new master, Lord Alistair Zoll. you recognize Saul as that guy that
He's here. How strong is he?
super powerful.
We've foiled him several times, except for this last time.
After we were acquainted, he immediately took me under his wing. I quickly found myself his right hand man. At that time, Saul was a very different man from the one I know now. I looked up to him. He inspired greatness in his brilliant brigade. After what little childhood I had in the 16 long painful years being stationed at Milites, our brilliant brigade was summoned to the City of Light itself. The brilliant brigade crossed the Great Moat and made at what was at the time a blessed entry into the city. We came to the city's capital, where the Primarch was waiting upon the podium. The Primarch is the mouth of the Lord of Light himself. When he speaks with the Lord of Light's authority. It was a celebration and a call to war. Every able body of the Lord's military was summoned to the city. There was to be a great crusade of the stars. The Lord of Light deemed that we were no longer to be fearful of the outer evils, to no longer live in fear. Instead, we were to bring the fight to them and to free the stars from their dark imprisonment. We were to sail the void and bring glory and radiance of the Lord of Light to our darkened cosmos, and bring about a new era of peace and prosperity to our world. All other lies. All other lies. The Primarch then escorted us to what he called the Celestial Bay, where dozens of large ships were being built. Ships capable of flight, powered by the Lord of Light himself, so he said. The fleet was to be called the White Wings, to bring light to the eternal dark. We even got to see one fly. It was evidently a prototype. The name given to it was Argosy the First. It was a full mobilization of all the Lord's forces, a crusade to free the stars. However, there was one problem. One of our organizations needed to go ahead in front of the others to establish a beachhead. Again, only speaking from what I was told. The outer evils had placed a protective barrier preventing us from leaving our dying world. And it was up to one of our organizations to pave the way for the crusade. Traveling through this barrier was no small feat, for it required a great sacrifice. My master wasted little time in offering his brilliant brigade to make the beachhead. Of course, I was also hyped. I would finally be able to put my training to the test and show that I was worthy. Saul made this case to be upon the front line of the war to free the stars. Pleaded, in fact. The Primarch seemed pleased by my master's graveling. And before my master had time to thank the Primarch, he was summoned to the Tower of Light, he and 12 others, summoned by the Lord of Light himself. My master's blind devotion was to be rewarded with the blessing of the Lord of Light. I remember being so happy for him. Ugh. How he earned this blessing.
We earned this blessing.
We were to sail beyond the void and together free the cosmos from this all-encompassing darkness. It was too good to be true. Then he returned from that tower, an utterly different man. Little did I know then that the Alistair Saul I knew, the man who inspired greatness within his men, was gone, replaced with a newfound knowledge and purpose. Saul had gained a knowledge I could only guess at. Not only was he given a higher knowledge, he had been given a part of the Lord of Light's very soul. The brilliant brigade was then given food and drink throughout the night. We were chosen to be the Lord of Light's expeditionary force. The brilliant brigade now the hope of an entire world. It all sounds absurd, I know. It's problematic, really. How can the common people believe in such things to be real? The very next day, we were taken to a large podium, and at its center were 3 large golden rings. There were 100 of us in total within the Brilliant Brigade. A large gathering watched as we were to be sent off to a world yet unknown. All men assembled, all equipment gathered. Everything an expeditionary team would need, we had. And with us, apart from Saul, 3 others of the blessed came with us. First was someone I thought at first was a man named Lars Fenric. I would later find out from Saul that this so-called man was in fact a changeling. Second was a man named Vincent Calroy. Similar to Saul, he was a high cleric of the Lord of Light. He was to take a portion of our Brilliant Brigade elsewhere after we had settled upon our new environment. He has long since headed towards southwest, or southeast, to the Second Kingdom. I guess I'll explain that here in a moment. Third, I could only describe as a kind of shadow. I was told by Zal that this particular being was one of the Lord of Light's holy spirits. So it was an enigma amongst our group. I remember feeling cold around that thing. Its mission was to seek a tree of special magnificence. This yet should have been another red flag for me. But after all, I mean, how did my master know that there was to be a tree of special magnificence? A tree that I would later find out to be, in fact, the world tree. We were placed upon the center of the podium. Zal was given a case of what he called lifeblood. This substance is what I would later find out to be blood of the old gods. And he begins to describe this liquidy substance, how they would put it in like vials and syringes.
We've seen that before.
This is when the Lord of Light's neophytes gathered in a ring around us. There must have been 1,000 of them, many of them quite young. I remember when I said that traveling through the barrier required a great sacrifice. His neophytes were the sacrifice. They all slit their wrists. Their souls were used to empower the Primarch's spell. It was a plane shifting spell. The blood of 1,000 innocents, we were able to pierce the barrier that separated our darkened world to yours. And almost as soon as it started, it was over. We had found ourselves surrounded in a new environment, surrounded by trees. That shade left us immediately to do its mission with the world tree, whatever that could be. It took time to orientate ourselves. Many of us were in bouts of vertigo. Interplanar travel was new to our bodies. I looked up, expecting to see nothing but a black void. After all, this was a world taken by darkness, right? That's what I was taught my whole life. Imagine my surprise when I saw stars for the first time. There was a panic for a moment, for we had briefly thought that the stars were the eyes of the outer evils. Imagine that. After some exploration, we came to a small settlement by a flowing river. I still seek forgiveness to this day for what we did to them. In our blind and furious fervor, we descended upon the settlement. This was a crusade against the outer evils after all. Saul led the charge, and these so-called people, even if they looked like us, corrupted beyond salvation. Again, this was the mentality instilled in us since birth. I was lucky enough to be in the back of the charge. It saved me from taking the lives of innocents that night. we slaughtered the peoples of the settlement. A settlement that we would later turn out to be the future town of Riverstown. Only a day into our crusade against the outer evils, and we had victory.
So, just to confirm that I've got this right, this was like where their Brilliant Brigade came first. To our plane. Oh. I see.
Now keep in mind, this was about 20 years ago. Only a day and yeah, I read that. As the days went by in our so-called crusade, questions started to creep into my mind. If the cosmos were really consumed by evil and darkness, then why was the night sky also covered in stars? All the worlds in existence beside our own were corrupted. Why then did I see beauty in all everywhere I looked? The whistling of songbirds, the graceful movements of wild stags, the gentle comfort of a summer gentle breeze upon my skin. Where were the legions of monstrosities that the outer evils had in its employ? It wasn't making sense. Questions like these began to surface for me. Things weren't adding up. This very simple act of looking up at the night sky, looking to the wanderers heavens full of light, contradicted all the teachings that have been taught. But still, I pressed on. Cognitive dissonance is one hell of a thing. While raids of small settlements did not last long, however, it was horribly inefficient. It would take an age to establish a beachhead this way. It would have been impossible, really. We came to find out that this world was indeed full of people, and that we were in the kingdom of Melanek. Not only that, with our raids of the riverside settlements, the plains authorities threatened to expose our crusade, to end our war of the stars before it even began. We traveled for some time, learning as we went about the world and what we found ourselves in. This is when we were antiquated with the kingdom's Cathar order. For it was within this organization that our plan of attack crystallized. The systems that made up the Cathar order were very similar to the systems that made up our Brilliant Brigade. Both were military clerical hierarchies that served a cause higher than their own. This is where our changeling came in. With Lars the Changeling, and several years of careful infiltration, we came to find out everything that made the Cathars what they were. We learned what gods you worshipped, how your society within the kingdom worked, everything. We, one by one, joined the Cathars, rising within their ranks. Even your Zone of Truth spells did not seem to work with most of us. You gotta understand who in their right mind would ask if we were from a different world. And for what god we worshipped? The Lord of Light, of course. In most cases, we only had to answer honestly. They assumed the Lord of Light was a title for the god of Light, Paylord. It's a sick cosmic joke. It was perfect for us. And as the Cathar leadership aged and passed on or disappeared, we found ourselves within leadership positions. Not only this, some of us who were younger at the time, after learning about your culture, slowly made our way into Melanecan government, serving the gods made for a good resume. Some even married into royal houses, corrupting even your highest seats of power. Well, it took a little over 20 years, but we were successful. The Cathar order, the order you once knew, had become nothing more than a hollowed out cavity. with its leadership now almost entirely of those belonging to the Brilliant Brigade. I had this time begun to fully doubt my mission. I was no longer seeing your peoples as agents of outer evil. It didn't make sense. I had only begun to learn the terrible truth. It was not your world or our cosmos that was of the outer evils. It was us. Our Brilliant Brigade was the evil. That barrier that was keeping us from leaving our world was there to protect yours. It was to keep us from escaping our world. The Lord of Light was no Lord of Light. He is the Lord of Lies. My revelation came too late, though. Our plan was already in full motion. My master started to become more and more unhinged. The Lord of Lies' blessing was more of a curse than a gift, it turned out.
Elbow ring.
Victor!
Coming out of his tip.
Fuck, I felt like I spent a long time writing this, and I'm like over halfway down. It takes so
That's
long.
a hell of a lot faster reading than it is writing. Well, yeah. Especially when you have to stop and think about each line, which you probably had to at times.
Oh, for sure. I added a lot.
It could take you 20 minutes to write a paragraph that takes 20 seconds to read.
Alright, I will continue. My master became more and more unhinged as time went on. The Lord of Lies' blessing was a curse more than a gift. He started a mad search for what he called the Scripture of the Elder Spell. He explained to me that these were scrolls spread across the world. I have no idea what this is, but he seemed to be obsessed with it.
How many are there?
There were 13 from what I recall.
I'm looking at you, but I'm trying to get a counter in my head there.
He began to speak of how champions, dark champions, one of each race, were to rise in opposition to their holy crusade. I heard Saul talk to himself before, but nothing like this has ever come up. You see, I believed whenever Saul had got his blessing from the Lord of Light, he not only got a piece of his soul, but a piece of the Lord of Light's mind as well. I heard something of joining Inua within the blind eternities, whatever that meant. His experiments with the lifeblood became more and more twisted, more and more insane.
Fucking burn the pizza.
Our group,
Pop was for you.
Yeah, Bubba's just a piece of shit, ain't it?
the Brilliant Brigade.
It's always underwhelming compared to Domino's. He never acknowledges it long.
As time went on, our group became more and more immoral. The only thing most of them could see were the corrupted humans of this dark universe. So, I did the only thing I could do in this situation. I ran. Taking with me what I could to prove the otherworldly threat that was coming. Zal suspected my distrust. I was followed and then scried upon. I rode on horseback for as long as I could, as hard as one could. But eventually, they got me out. I came to a forested riverbed. It's the place where I would make my last stand. He looks to all of you. I pleaded to my fellow comrades. I tried to open their eyes to the falsehood of it all, the lies that we had lived. But the twisted nature of our mission, it was all in vain. The lifetime of bringing forth propaganda was too much to overcome. I went to cast my spells only to find that I could no longer channel the Lord of Light. They raised their crossbows upon me, killing me at the riverside. I died. I lost my life. They took everything I had and left me naked in the river. My body had evidently floated downstream to a small town some miles away. There, where I would get an unlikely second chance. And to this day, it's hard to believe. I woke to an elderly voice pulling at my spirit. There was also another presence there. I felt a love that I had never felt before, and a pity. I don't know how, but I knew this presence to be a spirit of Palor. It offered me a chance at redemption, a chance at helping the world fight off the coming darkness. The chance to use spells again. Palor saw into my mind and knew of my struggle, in the lifetime of being manipulated. I was shown how Eldritch forces were plotting to siphon souls away from this world and funnel it into a kind of prison, a fact that utterly disturbed me. I accepted Palor completely into my heart and willingly went to the man's voice. I'd come back from the dead. Not only that, I was given a new life at the place where my questioning of the Lord of Light had begun.
It's a thick boy.
Riverstown. It was like fate. And ever since, I've been doing everything within my power to thwart the Lord of Light's plans. I went south to where I knew our influence was weakest and informed the Cathar there of what was happening. Cathar's Keep. It's the only place that I know of now to be free of the Brilliant Brigade's corruption. But we are few in number, comparatively speaking.
You and your men need to join us.
I agree. For 5 years. It's been
5 stinking years.
for the last 5 years now. Well, no, it's been 5 years since that day. And sadly, I have very little to show for it. You can infer the rest. This is what our group does, sadly. We hear of a tragic event that we're too late to stop. We investigate and help those where we can, kill what monstrosities there are, if there are any, and repeat. With the Melanikian government corrupt to its core, we get very little headway into exposing this great and otherworldly evil. Us meeting you was a chance encounter. We saw the smoke rising from Charlottesville and went to investigate, only to find out you were being chased by what was no doubt one of Zal's twisted creations. And now you say that the Argosy has taken flight upon our world.
It's better right there.
Where?
Above your head.
In the air.
Yeah.
Flying?
Can't see it.
Yeah, I'm not making my spot check.
Get closer and you'll see
Yeah,
it.
I'm good.
Just a little one.
Yes.
They get 'em?
No.
That's close enough, Mr. Spider. State your intentions.
Eat 'em.
You not see it?
I don't see it either.
Are you
What are
scared of
talking
spiders,
about?
Ollie?
Oh, no, I see it.
Oh, I do. I think I see
Just
it
a
now.
little guy.
What is he even
Not the
doing?
worst one.
Just randomly hanging down from this middle of the ceiling,
I only got on my hand.
coming down on nothing.
And you know the rest. Now you say the Argosy has taken flight upon our world now. Yes, we are in real trouble.
Where did it go?
You got yeeted.
It's hard for me to say. I've been out of the loop for years. They're probably, no doubt, looking for obelisks to free the barrier so that the full invasion could begin. And they're saying that the Argosy is already here, then it may already be too late.
It ain't too late.
I'll welcome any questions that you have.
Could we
copy this ritual, go to another plane where they haven't been yet.
Well,
Would you sacrifice yourself for a cause?
I'd rather die trying to stop this evil. But I do understand. You are right to be fearful, young halfling.
These things are scary as shit.
How do we get into their world where they came from? Your world.
You would have to find a way to cross the barrier. You would have to know how to travel interdimensionally.
Or we could wait
I
for
feel
them
I
to
don't-
open it, and then we cross when they cross over.
That's not impossible, actually.
I mean, leaders, what is your ideas?
The thing with our world, though, is that the Lord of Light basically has it on a complete lockdown. He wouldn't get anywhere.
We'd kill them all.
When you kill the Lord of Light.
I don't know how.
Can Mama Dwalthal kill this
He
Lord
never
of Light?
leaves. He never leaves Euthymia. He always sits upon his throne at the top of the Tower of Light.
Of course they could.
You need to pray to him, ask him for his help.
They do it every day.
Why isn't the Lord of Light dead though?
Oh, ask Timora.
I wouldn't bother her with such trivial matters.
I have a theory. If we can kill the Lord of Light's 13 apostles, those he had so-called blessed, that would weaken him. He has given part of his soul to 13 others.
Zal's one of them, I'm guessing.
Yes. There's Lords the Changeling and the Shade, which I have no idea where it would be. Wherever this world tree is, the Shade might be there.
That ship, that flying ship.
The Argosy, yes.
You were on it?
No. I only got to see it fly. It was a prototype when we came to this world some 20 years ago. It seems to have been fully completed.
And how big was it?
I mean, what did I say? It's larger than this house.
It's not that big.
I don't really know. It could hold 100 people on it. So it's fairly large.
But not monumental.
What are your plans now?
You said you knew of people that know about the situation. I would very much like to meet them. We need allies in this fight.
That's right. You could be a very powerful ally in our group.
I'd be more than happy to join any cause.
I mean,
Fight off this evil.
leaders, what do you think?
And like all the cows was like,
Yeah, leader, you've been kind of quiet, or all quiet. I haven't heard a peep from either one of you.
like
Well,
all
I'll
his.
say again.
We're listening to our informant here.
I'll answer any question that you have, and I'll do my best to answer.
They don't have any. They're still trying to piece out what you said.
I know it's a lot to take in at once.
Do they often travel between the two planes still?
No.
Or-
It's not.
So
it's
it's not like
easy.
we could just jump them and like die. Or...
It took
U-boats.
8,000 innocents being slaughtered just to get our small group in.
Doesn't sound like it'd be that easy to cross over.
It's not an efficient way to travel, and that's due to a really powerful barrier that was placed upon these two worlds a long time ago.
We need our own flying ship.
And this is when
Still have to be able to planeswalk.
the halflings hand you over a book, the people that you saved.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they must be talking about.
I like. Can I touch it real quick?
Are we getting
Yeah,
the
it's
airship?
definitely. Alright. You guys see what looks to be an ancient manual depicting flying ships fighting one another. Well, it can only be called as some kind of epic battle. It looks to be in some form of ancient Elvish. It goes on to detail about how these ships work, although you guys don't really know, it clearly goes over your heads. It's old arcane magic. However, it does go over how you might be able to construct and fly. The guide itself is called Flight of Spelljammers.
Alright. We need one of these. Leaders, how do we get it?
How would I know?
Everybody's just like, I don't know. I don't even know how our Spelljammers work.
I will study this book and become an expert pilot.
Can you read it?
I mean, expert driver of this ship. I do.
Me and him
Okay.
been talking.
Yeah. I
It
got
does seem to be in a very strange dialect, but you can piece some things together about it.
I got common, halfling, elvish, and draconic.
You want to cast that detect magic on the?
Ooh, I can learn another language now that I'm +5 on my intelligence too. Should take gnome.
Take as much time as you need for Covenant.
You dwarf. You speak
I will.
dwarf?
No, I don't.
I'll answer any questions that you may have. Or I have many of my own as well.
What do you have?
Questions, you mean?
Yeah. You know,
Um,
I've had that thing for a couple minutes now. Where do we find the magic to make our own ship?
you have no idea.
Intelligence.
Yeah, you can make an intelligence check, I guess. Yeah, you're gonna have to credit.
Yeah.
This is where
Oh, I didn't great.
you
I
have
assume I
no,
didn't.
you have no idea.
I
You got a
can't see.
16.
Oh, not
You
bad.
didn't even know this was possible until now.
I'm gonna need to really study this book and see what I can determine here.
Ask those halflings. Is this everything you got on the ships?
Yeah, they like look at.
What other pieces of paper were you grabbing?
Yeah.
They like hand you like scrolls, pieces of paper. They explain that they're all magical, but it's magic to keep them preserved. It's nothing nefarious.
Where are you taking these things?
We were to take him.
Nah.
Yeah, they say silent.
I will deliver these to who they need to be delivered to.
And the Samuel well.
We need to look at them first, at least.
They're letting you look at them.
Look out.
And they look to be complicated diagrams. That there's like
Are they
diagrams.
all
of-
in Elvish?
yeah, they're all in Elvish.
Everything? Ah, shit.
Yeah, but there's like diagrams of like many different kinds of ships, different builds. There's diagrams of like crystals, stones. There's a lot of depictions of people sitting on a seat with like crystals and stuff around them, evidently depicting that they're channeling into the ship somehow.
You need to read it too.
You
No.
can understand some things.
Or shall I
can
get you a box?
Some of the gist of it, but it's in a really ancient form of Elvish.
Well, probably. Since I am the true leader and brains of the Southfit.
Right.
And because it's like,
Anybody want this last piece?
why would you have diagrams of these fine ships? That's interesting.
He's asking the halflings that?
Now he's just asking, like in general, why that would be here. He seems also confused on some things, so he obviously doesn't have all the answers.
You have elves in your world?
I've only heard a rumor.
Have him look at some of this tricky elven language. Does this look familiar, like familiar writing to you?
You have put.
Do you understand it?
You have put intelligence check without actually needing to put it. He like looks around and he starts saying, "I have seen this writing before. It's marked throughout the City of Light. I know it's connected to the Lord of Light somehow.
We need to slip in there and steal one of their ships. If they got one, they got more.
Wait a minute.
Just gotta plane walk in there and then hijack a ship out of their capital city. It'll be super easy. Good job, leader.
Gadget, can it be done?
Based on your confidence, I say we have 100% chance of success.
Let's get started, boys.
I've heard rumors that the Lord of Light was a being wondrous to behold. That his beauty had no other. That he had longer ears. Could it be that he was an elf? I don't know.
Corrupted elves trying to take over the fucking universe.
Classic.
Yup.
That's what we call the Thalmor. They're real douchebags.
Damn, guess some Thalmor where you're from.
He doesn't know what that
Thousands
is.
of Legolas come through.
Terrifying, all just riding their own
It must
shields. Rocket
And
powered
then he
shields.
starts to like look at you guys, being just so happen to be one of each race. I wonder.
Oh, yeah, we're them. That's us.
I hope you're all right. But this must be destiny then. If this is
Yeah.
correct.
It's a pretty lucky day for you.
His own men seem to be shocked at what they're hearing. This is like the first time that Kinsley's told them his part of the story.
You know how to get through that barrier? Can you just sack anybody? What if we just rounded up a bunch of real D-bags, sacked them, and opened up the portal back in there?
You're right. I will never take part.
This is very
Yes.
goodly talk here.
Just 1,000 innocents.
No. We get a bunch of D-bags.
Oh, we just have to round up the worst scum and imprison
Yeah.
them and build our own prison system to maintain them as we collect them throughout the countryside.
How many do we need? 4?
I
Didn't
won't-
you say there was only a few?
I won't take part in this.
Sorry, I worked a little on the
Sacrifice.
dark side.
No. Listen, we get bad people. Does it matter if they're good or bad? Didn't he sacrifice his own people that were bad? We get some more D-bags. Villains, I'm talking.
It took 1,000 people.
Should have seen him pommel an innocent lady one time.
Yeah, noble woman. She was good a looker too.
And the Catholics start looking at each other. Maybe do we have the right guys?
Listen up. You think you're gonna get this done without getting your hands a little dirty?
You're not wrong.
That's what I'm here for.
The thing is, just,
Pommel innocence.
he looks to you and like he suddenly starts to realize you aren't from the Melanikian kingdom originally, were you? And no, none of you guys were.
No.
No,
I see.
That's why we're goodly.
I was born in Hearthstone.
The problem is most of the governments are corrupt. Even if we had a hard evidence, it'd be difficult.
Just recap that part where he sacked his friends and opened up the portal for me, could you?
It wasn't like he sacrificed. The Lord of Light only views us as mere tools to be used. He used 1,000 willing neophytes to sacrifice himself.
1,000? I thought he just sacrificed like his little buddies.
No,
it
he
was
said it was
a
1,000.
legion of people.
So what if we get 1,000 villains? We sack them because they're shit anyways.
Well, you get to collecting them and let me know how it
New campaign heading for the next year.
goes.
We got this.
And Kinsley goes, he's looking at all these schematics. These are really amazing.
What if we found a unicorn?
What's a unicorn?
It's this mystical good creature.
You don't know what unicorns.
What is your knowledge? Would you have any like?
I've heard about these unicorns. Now listen, they're really rare. What if we got one of them
They're hot and intelligent women.
and we talked to it? We talked it into sacking itself. The sacrifice of one unicorn has to be worth 1,000 neophytes.
Really?
Now we just
That's
have to
a
find
nice-
one mystical creature.
You see what we have to work with.
I pray to Paylor that you're not the champions that Zal was speaking of.
That last part's not right. Doesn't trail on like that. We worship goodly gods too.
Timur is the greatest and most powerful of all the gods in our pantheon, of course.
There's one
There
thing.
are other lesser gods like Muam and Doatha.
The Lord of Light. He's a
Temor is kind of a niche god. I don't know what he's talking about. It's all about luck.
Not everyone's powerful enough to hang in her domain. I understand.
The Lord of Light.
Better
is-
to be lucky than good, though. I'll say that.
The Lord of Light will often use the truth to weave his lies. That is what made his propaganda so effective.
in the city. You said you were groomed in their temples.
Yes.
So theoretically, if we could get across the border somehow, some way, we could slip into their temples, steal their airships, fly back out, and come back.
I would know my way around Militis,
All right.
but you don't understand. Getting to a plane is a whole task.
Yeah,
all
we're
its
not,
own.
we're not getting there, but we appreciate all the info that you gave us. I'll study this book. I'll hopefully learn how to.
Now hold on a second. Gadget worships the most powerful god in the universe. Can't you just get us to this other plane just like that? Just talk to Timora.
Pretty sure there's spells that do that. We can look into it.
Well, get us there. What are we waiting for?
Yeah, you could always, you
No
know, you could
small
always,
matter.
you could always pray for. What's that spell
Plane
called?
shift. or
No,
something?
like divination. You can ask your
Oh.
god things.
Right, right.
But he
Ask the
can't,
DM
because
a
he's
question
not- He's not
spell.
strong enough.
Oh, that's right.
He just likes to pretend like he is.
Like you. I'm just taking a page out of your book.
I'm just a humble support character.
So humble.
So humble.
He always reminds us how.
Kinsley's
the
just like
leader,
looking.
really.
He's interested in these, diagrams of these flying ships. He's like, if you guys can get these two allies that know how to decipher these might be the key to fighting off the incoming invasion.
No shit. Didn't I just say that like 5 minutes ago? We need our own ships.
One asshole. Shut up. Thank you for all this info and intel. Are you going to be traveling with us? What are your plans now?
I was gonna ask you. You said that you had allies that were fighting against the old gods,
Yeah, we all have mentors and such.
and they know about the utter insanity that is happening.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of these tomes and turned them into a bunch of elves.
Scrolls.
Then, and he bows down to you guys. I would beg you, take me with you. I would very much like to meet your mentors and explain my side of the story to them.
Check this out.
And your men too?
Yes.
Be happy
And
to have
Catherine
you
was like-
along.
And his men are like, yes.
Really need to get an elf. Be happy to have you along.
Yes, you can now be allies of the Covenant. Of
And-
champions.
Yeah, you guys can roll some motives if you want.
So what?
28.
These are what the.
But, I mean,
Might not.
you can take 10. If you get 15, you can tell they're all telling the truth. These seem to
I
be
can't
like.
tell. I mistrust them.
Oh.
Nobody can make that.
I can't make that.
Oh, you can't.
Actually,
make
I have a
can't
lot
make-
15?
Yeah.
I did just roll a 15 and make that. I got it.
I do have 19 wisdom, but
Nice.
that's
So you're saying I
14.
trust them?
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
you mean taking 10?
you two can tell that they all seem to be on the level. And Kinsley, despite how outlandish his story sounds, he didn't contradict himself once, and he seems to be truthful.
We will accept you as our friends and allies.
Together we will defeat the old gods.
Alistair Zoll had special plans for Melanik. I don't know what they were, but they can't be good.
No, we've been thwarting the old gods and this Zal character for quite a few months now, so we've gotten to be experts at it.
I've heard stories.
Taking down towers? Yeah, that was me. Knocked it right off.
Wait a minute.
This was my plan, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
He starts to piece something together in his mind. Were you in Riverstown recently?
Yep,
We get around.
we took that tower down.
I took that tower down.
Wasn't that in Riverstone?
So, you were there. Did you see
Zal?
the Cathars or,
Yeah.
I guess, our brilliant brigade there?
No, nobody we saw was all that brilliant, but
That's fair too. They were,
we thwarted them and found out later that Zal must have came back and wiped the place out.
Not putting the wormhole in there.
I haven't taken it out of its current type.
they were no doubt trying to get
What's it in?
Pick some out
a
that
new
you're
shipment of
looking at.
lifeblood
Yeah.
from our planet of origin.
Options.
Did you kill a weird looking creature by chance?
Yeah. Look like a fucking 5-foot starfish.
You did a greater service than you could possibly know.
Well,
Yeah.
all the day's work.
That starfish was all me, actually.
Here's the
Might
thing.
actually be telling the truth this
Yeah,
time.
you might actually.
Here's the thing about the Eldritch monstrosities. They have a hard time maintaining their form here due to the barrier. But once that barrier was gone, they'd be able to roam freely upon this world.
So the obelisks need to be protected.
Yes, that's
So we need to find out where one is and protect it.
yes.
Or use it as an ambush spot, since we know they're coming for it.
But that's not all.
This is what they pay me for.
There seemed to be a workaround. They can use people as a kind of skin. You see. They
Yeah.
can get around the barrier that way. So yes, you do know that too. The lifeblood only expedites the process. It's a way to cheat the spell that's around your plane.
So they can only really operate around the obelisks if they are in human form, so to speak.
They can wear your skin for some time, but if they don't have skin, they'll eventually die. Those large eldritch monstrosities that you fight, they would eventually succumb to the barrier. They would disintegrate. They would like turn into a goo, which you guys have seen firsthand.
Now, do invisibility spells work on giant obelisks? I wonder.
I suggest we do some rest for the night. And hard ride to Molinik as fast as our mouse will allow us.
Yeah, maybe you want to disguise yourselves. Are they wearing Cathar cloaks?
Yeah, they are.
You need to ditch those cloaks, I think.
We like
All
our
the
idea.
corrupted ones will definitely be looking for you, I'm sure. The word's out.
All right. And with that, they all start to like take off their Cathal robes, leaving on what they had underneath.
Says the goblin.
I'm not very charismatic.
We need to be careful how we dispose these. I want to burn them, but I don't want to be spotted either.
Hey, I keep one on hand for disguise purposes.
Yeah, I have a robe in my bag.
They're ditching.
I have one too.
We
Make
can't-
sure everybody's Timon, you got a robe.
Dad does not have a robe.
Hey, can we get
There you
can we
go.
get one of your spares there? For our man.
I mean, you think Timon can pass for...
This is Timon, the
Yeah,
human
Cathar.
champion of the coven.
Just has to have
And Tim has been
Not
in shock
cheap.
this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are from a different world? You guys, we're going to become the saviors of one world. Two.
We're that good.
We're gonna need you, Timon.
Double the glory.
I never really thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess.
Imagine I turn into a space falcon and you ride me into the portal.
Pedro, don't say that yet. It's too much hype for even me.
It's too high.
He stands up, runs outside, starts swinging his sword around.
Yeah, I'll say that he does do that. It's like, oh, yeah. All right.
Commission
Is
some
there any
bard who
other
just starts-
questions you want to ask this Kinsley Dash before the night is over?
No, how far are we at from the?
So we have a full company now, right?
So you have no idea where this Argosy might go. Is that the name of that ship?
Yeah. I have no doubt
It went
that they are
north.
seeking.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him it went north from wherever we saw it.
Yeah, which direction
Wherever,
did it go?
wherever that freaking obelisk was when it popped in.
Oh, that was like
The sacrifice.
northeast. Yeah, they went over here.
Yeah, I'll point that out. I went that direction whenever it popped in.
All right. So you guys pull out a map. This is a map you guys have always had. Let's just
Yeah.
say that much. Well,
Maybe-
besides this part, you guys don't actually know.
How well do
these
the
things.
people on that ship and our enemies know this world?
So we have a mainland map.
He's like looking
mainland
around.
region map.
They feel
DLC.
Aren't they all from your plane?
Gotta be the main
Not
story
everyone from the Cathars is from my plane. There's a lot of it.
So they know what the corrupted Cathars know, maybe.
Maybe.
which is probably enough. Damn.
He would go to Kingsport first. To keep your ships from leaving the continent, he would destroy the ports of Kingsport. Then, if they had found the last and third obelisk, they would head straight there to destroy it and begin our invasion.
There's only one left.
As far as I know, there was 3. I know that the World Tree had something to do with the Barrier too, but I don't really understand that part of it.
I have just the person to talk to.
We have allies that are helping us fight against this, your former
My former.
your former companions, I suppose.
Your former brainwasher.
Yeah.
Brainwashiers.
And it suddenly starts to occur to you that he was talking about Shay and how his mission has something to do with the World Tree. And some time ago, you were informed that the World Tree was actually dying. So maybe those two things are probably connected.
Vandrel. That elf lady mentor of yours. Surely she can read all this shit, probably.
Surely.
Let's go! Double time it to Melanek. David, cover up that statue and get those halflings under there too. Get cover for the wagon.
Alright. He suggests we need to ditch these cloaks. We need to bury them. We need to bury them deeply.
Yeah, fair enough. You got a shovel?
Can't you just burn them?
We don't want to be spotted.
Leave it anyway. Alright.
Suppose it's true. If we can risk a fire for just a moment.
No, we'll just dig a hole. Put them under some rocks.
They don't actually have a shovel. Do you have something we can use as a shovel?
What's the terrain like? Surely we'll find
I mean,
someplace to
you
stash
guys
Put
are
'em in
in
a
a
bush
small
somewhere.
wood. So,
I mean,
it.
yeah.
You could hollow out a tree and stuff
Yeah.
it in there.
That's true.
Yeah, would shape a little cubby hole.
Yeah, but then I couldn't reshape it back.
Oh, well, you would have to open up like a
That's
hole at the
true.
top and you throw it in.
Is that what you do at
Sure.
last minute notice? Alright, everybody ditches their Cathar clothes. And now you
Oh, we're
guys,
ditching our robes?
the
No,
Cathar.
not.
The Cathar.
Oh, taking them off. Right.
They're getting rid of it.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
getting rid
I
of
thought
them
we were
so they
throwing our
can't
robes
be in
away. I was like,
any
what?
No. Alright, after they dispose of their identifiers, you guys head towards the Melanek. So, you guys, how do you guys want to approach?
How long has it been since we've been to Melanek? Didn't
It's
we come
been-
from there?
Yeah.
3 stinking dice.
A week?
It's been like 3 weeks since you last left Melanek.
Alright.
Brad already started robbing his other rescue decks.
I haven't done anything yet. Worm coils does go right in here, though. Pretty mandatory.
Alright, so how do you guys want to go about returning to Melanek?
Well,
Do you guys want to try to get train to Melanek, or do you guys want to
Yeah, why not
take the
a
slow
train?
way and prevent
Shadowvale place.
Shadow Vale's right here.
This is
And
where-
you guys rode some time. You're like over here. In the
This
school
is
right
the train.
now. Yep. That's the Iron Road, the train tracks.
So, is there another road or path?
This is the main one. I mean,
Is there a road that people drive their
well,
wagons
yeah,
on?
alongside.
It mirrors the
Yeah.
train tracks?
Yes, it does. I guess you just take the main road.
No, how long is that gonna take?
On horseback, assuming you're riding as hard as you can, will take.
We took the train down here, didn't we?
Yeah, and that didn't take very long, a day and a half. But horseback is a little slower than train, so I'd say you probably take 4 to 5 days to get to Melanek on horseback with everybody.
With the wagon?
fire return volley.
If you guys caught
so powerful! Is this plains?
yeah, like all this is just like open prairie. Oh, that's so nasty, bro.
Little trumpet.
There's no one his.
It's gross.
I don't know. I see what the leaders say, I guess.
Oh, bruh. So nasty.
No lightning greaves. Sag in the chat.
Sash, throw it out.
Yeah, that's awful. You should give it to me.
I always see the Swiftfoot boots and I'm like, another one of those. It's still no lightning grooves. That is really a staple of precons, is like Swiftfoot boots in any creature-oriented deck. Whew.
Leaders.
I still gotta draw the other planets.
Yes.
You expect us to be omniscient and decisive at all moments.
What about it?
That's what a leader does. What I did before you guys fired me.
You all-seeing, all-knowing dwarf.
You know I was. Should we get on the train?
And Tim was
All
like,
a statue on there without arousing suspicion.
that's actually a good point.
Maybe.
That's something a leader would think
Uh-huh. Didn't you want to hole up in that inn
I
back
did not
there?
actually. You spoke for me. I wasn't gonna leave the statue.
Yeah, whose idea was it to bring the mounts? This
I
guy.
also wasn't gonna leave the statue then.
I'm the best at what I do.
Yep. Which is lying.
It's the perfect truth.
Dominable Archangel. Disgusting.
Yeah. Not as bad as Ben.
I love at work and out back. Fucking ripped ass because you're being hard.
did I?
The janitor. We're kind of laughing about it. And like an IT guy comes from like across the way, like really far away. He's like, y'all smell something burning? me and fucking Harvey died laughing. He smelled something else, but it was fucking hilarious. It's perfect timing. Brad, have a new favorite deck?
Dark Steel.
We'll take the road.
He said there's no lightning greaves. So
Shit.
About.
I just feel like we need to get there as fast as we can.
Well, this is Tim, and as long as we can load a statue onto the train without having too many questions asked, that might be okay.
How long will it take us if we get on the train?
It'll take you maybe a day and a half.
Versus
Most.
5 days.
Yeah, versus 5-6 days.
We need to get on that train.
Hey, you guys think you can?
Don't
hide-
they have cars
you
that
guys
we
think you
can
hide
just
the statue?
roll our horse and wagon onto?
Couldn't we just
Cargo
cover it up?
cars? Like big old cargo cars?
It depends on what train is there. It's kind of a toss-up. They might.
And if you're riding on the road next to the tracks, can you stop the train to get a lift?
You have never tried, but you wouldn't think so.
So we need to make sure it has to stop. No problem.
Yeah, stop a train has always worked.
Why are we trying to stop the train again? You mean
So
we're
we
gonna
can
jump
get on it.
We're jumping on midway.
I don't know, maybe.
That's gonna
Listen.
be very conspicuous.
How are you gonna get a statue on their walls?
Listen up, that battleship has now been here for a day. So the faster we move to our goals,
We'll never be as fast as a battleship.
no, but we can be a whole hell of a lot slower than the train. 1 day, 5 days.
I understand that. It's all about the statue.
And Kills is like, this is tough. If I were you, I would not have that statue spotted under any circumstances if you can help it.
We already got it covered.
I know, but he's just reiterating.
Well, Mr. Fancy Pants Woodshaper couldn't make a box for it. Then no one would know what was in the box.
Or you could just wood shape it or stone shape it to something else.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with its
I'm not
actual
gonna-
construction.
I might actually kill it permanently. I mean,
I don't know how that works if you're petrified and you get still in shape.
But
Yeah,
a
that just-
It
wooden
would
box.
just be warping your organs
Yeah.
and shit, and then you'd get revived. Yeah, and then just fall into a
Yeah.
goofy mess.
Wooden box could be anything inside of it.
That's how you get extra extremities. You can get like 4 arms.
Just have someone petrify you and like
Yeah.
slowly, carefully stone shape out the edges.
Been modified.
Leaders,
I said if you think you can get the statue there unconspicuously.
can you make a box for it?
Yeah, we can
I
box it
already
up.
used my stone shape to make this little Cathar robe shoe.
Fuck!
My wood shape,
Kinsley's
I'm
like,
about to say it.
how soon can you?
I
have
thought
your
you were the
spells-
master of the wild. Can't you just do this shit at will?
Kinsley then asked if we waited till the
I can
morning.
stone shape.
Yes, I can do it tomorrow.
Not useful.
You can do it tomorrow morning. You can make a box for the statue. We could wait till the morning, and as long as they have a.
In the
Cargo
meantime, we
car.
can ride that way.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a lore master of this world.
Let me ask you this. Whenever they shoot those people up with the horror syringes, how long do they hold that monstrous shape? Does it transform them forever? Is it just like a certain time period?
It's something I don't fully understand myself.
Damn it, man!
But
Didn't you wield these things?
I did not.
Did you have horror syringes? Tell the truth.
I am telling the truth. I was lucky, really. I was able to stay away from most of the grotesque things that later came about. I think the gods were merciful on me.
You're alright, Kinsley. We'll make a box tomorrow. How far away are we from the trap?
I'll make
You're Shadowsville, so it'd be just a little under a day's worth of riding.
So we
before you
need
get
to just
tracks.
go there now. Camp, make the box, have it ready, move towards the tracks and the road.
I agree with your plan. We might as well go.
There's no sense in sitting around here diddling our buttholes.
How well are you to? Can you rest while being pulled by cart? You can get your sleep and get your spells that way, potentially.
I don't have a horse anyway.
Let's see.
You really need to prep more of those wood spells when we're out here.
I keep a wood shape and a stone shape on here.
All right.
I also have a stone shape ready.
I have some. You have stone shape?
All
We
right.
can make a stone box if we wanted
It's a
True.
little heavy.
That
might be
a
Statue's already
little
heavy enough.
conspicuous.
All right. The night passes without incident.
No one's
It's
getting
the next morning. You guys can go ahead and write down what spells you want.
We could stone shape
You're
Alright,
not- you're
over
not
the
harassed.
statue to cover up what it actually is. Just give it some extra stone around it.
I don't
So.
want to stone shape it.
No,
No, I mean take a stone.
No, I don't want to stone anywhere.
don't
around
mess with it.
Take a stone around it.
We're putting it in a box gadget.
Then if anyone inspected it, they'd be like, "Oh,
Pencil!
that's a weird rock." I don't know, just saying. If they inspect our cargo and see an angel statue, it's gonna be a little weird.
Do you,
Nobody's getting in our box.
Put a sack over it.
do you have the spells that you want already written down?
Oh, are we casting a day?
Yeah. You're not harassed, so there's no reason to.
I might change one or two, but I'm basically already prepped.
Need to have spells to get on the train.
Got I guess I did use a couple spells yesterday. I don't remember.
Yeah, like silence.
Oh yeah, silence and
Oh,
Zone-
yeah, I use
Zone
those
of
scary
Truth.
ones.
Kinsley tries to make small talk, on your guys' way there. And like, I've always admired the many races of this world. I've only met humans on mine.
We small folk are the best of the best.
I have heard horrible rumors that underneath Yenithia, that there were slaves of so-called lesser races. I've heard descriptions, and then he looks at you, and doesn't say anything.
He looks at me.
Yeah, kind of inferring that there's possibly dwarves working as slaves there.
I'll need to rescue them when we make our incursion.
Or bash them in the back of the head.
Mandrill!
Depends on whether they're cooperative or not.
Depends on how many people I need to save.
I've always admired the dwarves. This train system is brilliant.
Yeah. Maybe dwarves could build us a flying ship.
Ask him.
Ask
First,
the
you'll
dwarf.
have to have the elves read
Shouldn't be hard to improve on elven construction.
And Tim is trying to make small talk. Just anyone who's willing to listen. We can't find battleships? I can ride. Wait a minute. I just had this idea. Whenever we go to this cosmic battle against the old gods, first we can do a battle on these flying ships, right? But then what if we're shot down? We even have to turn into the Space Eagle and have to jump on you
That's right.
and board another flying ship. Oh gods. Oh yeah, that's my spot.
He doesn't care.
Fell back asleep.
Everybody got their spells. Alright. You guys come to the tent city that, marks the outskirts of Alabaster and where your train usually stops. And it is there. It arrives a short time ago. And is awaiting there for passengers on its way back to Molinek. Do you guys still have train passes?
Yeah, I do. I have mine. Unless we had to give it up for some reason. I had it written down.
I mean, by passes, don't you mean just the tickets that we had before?
Yeah.
Yeah, citizen card.
I mean, are they good for a
Yeah.
round trip?
I've got a train pass still.
Well, I was just asking because they're good for one round trip, so you can use it again.
Oh yeah,
If
we
you
didn't
need to.
lose them. We had tickets.
You gotta
Oh,
show
we got a whole bunch
yours, and they allow you on board. But then they get to the Cathars, or just a traveling band of wee men. They like search your pockets, and yes, they can get in, but they have to pay quite a bit.
They gotta pay for tickets.
Mhm.
Okay. Do they have money for that? All right. And then we make sure we got room for our cargo and all. Because he made the box, I assume.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, does it take one or two wood ships, Bills?
How much wood can you shape first? Like
Would
that'll
a wood shaper
explain.
shape if a wood shaper could shape wood.
That's exactly right. I need to know.
I don't know where
like,
it Yeah, what am I-
I don't have it. I've never had it.
We had it last week.
I know we did.
No.
A couple of books over
I
here.
don't think
They
we did.
They don't got players'
Here's
handbook.
third Ed.
That'll do.
I thought you were just. Isn't it under your paper?
No, that's a monster manual.
Yeah, I don't have
You're
it.
the only one who's looked at a book today.
I thought you said you didn't.
We definitely had it last week because I was looking at
No, I never brought it to my house because I've been using the PDF for all my stuff.
Look under the.
I still blame you, AJ.
I know. I believe it.
Oh, is that it?
See, this is it.
The pizza box is blocking it, and your drawing is now getting bent a little bit.
Oh, this piece of trash now.
Ariana was impressed by your drawing. She saw it.
I need to do a bunch more concept art. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, that looks like it took an hour.
With all you wrote, you could
Maybe
write
more.
a book.
Yeah, I know. Probably need to do that eventually, but
Yeah,
again,
you-
I just don't have time.
You and Ben both seem like you are like half dipping your feet in writing a book, but not quite.
One touch piece of wood, no larger than 10 cubic feet plus 1 cubic foot per level.
Cuban foot. How long is a Cuban foot?
Cubic.
So you said Cuban. Specifically a Cuban's foot. It's a little bit larger than the average human foot.
Wait, how much did you say?
I'd say that's pretty close. And what level are you?
18 cubic feet.
Yeah, he can get it.
Yeah, I'll allow you.
I mean, how tall is the statue?
God, it smells so bad in here.
That is no
I wonder why.
He's getting in on it.
The petrified angel is 6'4".
Oh yeah, he can get that right.
Yeah, he can get it.
Okay.
So yes, you make your box pretty well, and no one really questions what's in it. They don't
I'll
pry
put a
around.
sack over the angel too.
Okay. And
Where'd you get
your
that
things.
sack? You have it in your inventory?
A large sack in my inventory.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Nice. All right.
And so, are we able to get a cargo for our wagon, our horses, our box?
For everything.
Okay.
You guys get to Melanic without a hitch. However, you do overhear some particularly interesting rumors and hearsays. You hear rumors that there's been some kind of rebellion, that some of the royal houses have turned on each other. You also hear tales that you weren't at all surprised to hear about. Apparently, Kingsport was destroyed by something flying in the sky. Some reports said there was a dragon that hasn't been seen in an age that breathed fire upon it. But then there was other things that said that a flying house.
And where is Kingsport?
It's where the Argosy went. It's right over here.
How far away is that from us? In Melanie.
A little over
Halfway.
100 miles.
How fast did the ship seem to be able to move?
You would have to watch it again, but it seemed pretty fast. It was like 60 miles per hour at top speeds.
So, like, literally, it could fly here in like less than 2 hours from there.
It's pretty overpowered.
Let's see. We need to get one of our own, or better yet, steal theirs.
Would be ideal.
You guys arrive at Melanic to the front of the city to a chaotic scene.
What if we could steal?
There is a fuck ton of people evidently trying to make their way into the city.
More than before?
Yeah, even more than before. There seems to be a panic about it now. There seems to be a military detachment at the front of the city doing exercises. Clearly, something has happened very recent. Oh, actually, this I should mention. When you guys get over halfway there, you guys can make spot checks.
DC!
DC 28, but you have to roll for it. You can re-roll that if you want to touch me.
I don't know if I'll do any better, but I'll take it. My spot's not quite that high.
I don't think I got
That's
it.
pretty good, but I didn't get there.
Yeah, I got 21.
I got like a nice.
I'll give it a 10-minute chance. I don't think he'll make it. I think he has to crit.
Give me a 13.
He did make it. You seem to be the only one that sees something strange in the
Spyglass.
distance.
I know.
The DC
Well,
again?
I think I would have to spot it first and then use the spy.
Yeah, you spot.
That was a 30, by the
Yeah,
way.
you spot something in the
It's
distance.
plus 15.
It's almost like a flicker at first, but then you bring your spy glass and you look to the northeast around this area. It seems to be behind a lot of mountains, but there's this flicker of green lightning in the far, far distance.
Towards the west, I take it.
You just know it comes from over here somewhere.
Oh,
We need the
north of
airship
us?
now.
I saw some green lightning out there. Last time we saw that was at the obelisk.
Then you arrive at your chaotic scene about an hour and a half later.
We need aerial transport. Doesn't matter if it's a ship or a
This
dragon.
whole time, I'll just be down on me reading that book, trying to figure shit out.
Okay.
If you want me to make some intelligence rolls or anything, just let me know.
And go ahead and make an intelligence roll. I'll give you one, difficulty 30.
30?
Yep.
He has to get a 20.
I need a 25 with a 20-sider.
You need knowledge. What's your knowledge skills? Do you have any knowledge skills?
Knowledge Arcana, but it's
What is your knowledge?
plus 5.
Yeah,
good?
it would.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing, but it wouldn't be enough. All right, you guys arrived at the scene. Evidently, There has
So
been some
before-
kind of uprising before you arrived. Not at Melanekian City itself, but apparently some of the royal houses have defected.
To where?
Don't know. You don't know yet. You're just hearing. You're
What
hearing
royal
things.
houses?
The royal house of Sia and Grixis have defected
Defected from the
from the
government?
kingdom, evidently.
Okay.
And you recognize House Sia as you know Ronoa, the chick that you killed way back in the
I
day.
didn't kill them.
That was one of them.
You definitely murdered her.
But you do remember Theon Balamore's squeeze, right? Yin.
Mhm.
She was part of House Sia as well, and they, she was eventually found murdered.
I don't know if these people are good or bad necessarily. I guess they're supposed to be good.
I don't know. You gotta
But we
start
don't know
killing
anything
them.
about this other house, do we?
No, you don't know anything about the house. It's just what you're overhearing as you enter the city. It takes some time for you to enter. They check your passports, ask who you are, how honest you guys want to be when replying.
Not very.
How?
Not very.
They're like,
What are
state
they?
your business.
Well, I have 7 charisma, so
This is the rogues that.
this isn't my
point right
job.
here.
All right, and
I can
all
blow
the
this.
halflings look at you, and they're like,
I'm a
confused by
dwarven
the
merchant
scene.
from Hearthstone. I've recently been in the south doing business.
Are all the Cathars with us too?
Yeah,
Not
like
in the
behind
rows.
you. They're doing.
These
Yeah,
men
but
are
these
my
are-
workers.
I was sent out to try to open up a merchant store for.
Do I need to roll a bluff?
No, what's that? What's that?
Yeah, roll
What's
ball.
that?
Sauron?
No, what's the gnome that we pissed off?
Oh.
Kelka.
Yeah, I was sent out to open a store. What was the town that we went to that I also used this same bullshit?
It
Well,
was
you're
Riverstown,
intelligent,
actually.
I was sent out to Riverstown to prospect opening up a store for Calcac, like a gem store, and I'm just coming back.
All
These are
right.
my accomplishments.
I'll give you a +3 because you're kind of retelling a tale that you've already practiced.
I did.
What am I rolling here? Bluff?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it 14? Not terrible.
Alright. And they're like, just hold on a moment. We need to ask you a few more questions.
Okay.
The Cathars,
Get my lot of-
married band of we married men, not the Cathars. They try to explain that they seek shelter within the walls. They beg entry. And that they have some minor clerical skills that could be of help. This will give them a +9 because they're not technically lying, but okay, I'm gonna say that gives them enough to actually gain entry.
What other questions do they ask us?
All right. After a few
And
moments,
do I need a sense motive? Because I want to see if it feels like they're looking for us, or if they're trying to connect
go ahead and sense motive.
information or something to us. 18.
No, that doesn't seem to be it. They just seem to be somewhat cautious because of what's been going on.
All right.
All right, it is asking, okay, where did you guys come from? Are you a company of some kind?
Yeah, we're businessmen.
He's looking at the gnome, a dwarf, a halfling, an elf,
Got my hood up.
a human, another human that's timid, and a bunch of halflings behind you.
I just asked them to escort me back from Riverstown.
All right, go ahead and roll another bluff. I'll give you +5 because that's something a merchant would probably do.
Oh!
Huh.
No, it could have failed, but it failed.
Okay. Let me
Although
think.
I don't know how he would know. Like, I don't know.
Your voice starts to crack some. It's like you're nervous or something. You think for a moment, you see part of the statue hanging out when that's not possible. So you're kind of panicking a little bit.
Listen, we do business for some of the most prominent non-human peoples in this city. Can we get in? We've been here before. What do you need from us?
All right. With that, it's like, whom Give me one name of whom you do business with.
Calkek.
Okay, well, we've heard his name before. And then they start talking to each other. Did he die? That was just a rumor,
Drop
right?
I'm gonna bluff. I won't bluff.
Wait a minute.
You already
talking
bluffed.
about Calcat.
I know, but now I'm bluffing on a different tangent here.
Got a double bluff.
I'll say his grandfather's name. Wasn't his grandfather still alive? What? Who was it?
Nelkek. That was his name.
Yeah. We worked. Is that his dad?
Mm.
We worked for his dad since Kelkek passed. We're aware of this. This is not.
Okay, you get +10.
We were doing the job for Kelkek, but
10.
we know he's dead.
It's getting very believable.
32?
Oh, all right.
7, it's 20, 33. 33.
Forgive our intrusions, but you must understand that some wild things have been happening as of late.
Like what?
Well, evidently the ports of Kingsport were destroyed. We had a strange lightning storm not too long ago, about 100 miles from here.
What do you mean? Strange lightning storm.
Where at? How could you see a lightning storm?
He points.
You saw it from
He
100
points to that
Where we
area.
were, where we
Yeah,
were.
but you guys were more far away than what they were when they saw it. Very well. You may enter the city.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Thanks.
Pickpocket.
My pick.
All right.
Actually, do they have guard badges or anything like that?
No, I
If
don't
they
know.
hang around their necks?
I just
you know?
rolled a 1. I'm not interested.
Yeah, sure. You can try to throw it if you want.
Can I throw it?
Yeah, throw your chances of getting in. Let's see what happens. There's a lot of eyes everywhere, and everything's in chaos. A lot of people are behind you trying to get into the city. Everybody wants to save these
Quite a bit of chaos. Would that give me a bonus?
Give you a +5 bonus.
Alright.
Sir, are we safe here? It looks pretty chaotic.
There is no greater protection than the walls of Melanek.
I'm just leaving before anything happens.
What is this badge? Is it just a
It-
guard
it-
badge?
It's like an insignia that both has a
And where
king's
where is it on their
crest.
bodies?
It's on a necklace.
On a necklace?
Jesus, good luck.
What's
with
it?
that.
What's it made out of?
It's made of some kind of metal.
You just need like a wire cutter.
Shit.
Bump into him,
So you give up on your foolish plan.
Yeah.
All right, you. May
I mean,
get
you gave me
into
quite
the
a
city.
bonus there, so actually, I was gonna have a pretty
What
good.
is it?
Mine's +10. What'd you say the bonus was?
+5,
So +15.
but like
bonus?
difficulty 30 because you're literally trying to
So I needed a
lift the necklace
Needed
up.
only needed a 15. on that?
Yeah, pickpocketing a
Easier
necklace.
than a gray sword.
25%er. Yeah, that is really easy, honestly.
Yeah.
All right,
You probably wouldn't even get a
you arrive at Melanek. It seems to be a buzz with commotion. Something you overhear something being planned. Something about a parade, which you find strange considering all the goings on.
And what's this parade supposed to be for?
You overhear talk of an anniversary from when mankind was freed from the high elves, slavery. You remember way back when I first started this campaign. This takes place, some 250 years after the War of Human Restoration, where the High Elf King went mad and imprisoned mankind. There's apparently a parade to commemorate that.
Mad King.
Independence from the Mad King?
Oh.
Right.
Celebrating the man.
No, I guess more.
Mad genius.
Well,
Fucking humans, they deserved it.
when we get free and I looks around and there's not so many people around, maybe, or we can get to a sheltered spot, I'll say, I'm taking David in the wagon to the Baron family's house. If anybody wants to come with me, come with me. You should probably escort those halflings wherever you need to. What?
Statue?
The statue goes to the Baron.
Like, what statue?
I'll stick with the statue.
Alright.
Yeah, you take that back to your dudes. I'll take
Timon.
things back.
Come with us.
Understood. The Cathars
Gadget
finally see
maybe
you
you
like
should
within the
stick with
crowd.
you,
It's like, that took you a while.
Yeah, I was thinking. If you needed
We
any
were
help,
starting to
you
get concerned you weren't going to make it past the guards.
Who's saying this?
The Cathars that were able to get in front of you.
Yeah, it's not as easy when you're not a human.
Do you want us to wait somewhere? I feel awkward to try to meet your mentors without you. You know what I mean?
Do we have a meetup place? Because we're all splitting up.
We'll rendezvous back at No Name.
No name. If you
Yeah,
can
give him
point to that.
directions.
Okay.
Tell him, give him a description of Tom. Tell him not to tell him anything too important other than just to tell him Magni sent him,
Understood.
and tell Tom that Magni sent you, and that's it, and don't give him any more information.
I understand, my lords. I look forward to your return.
Don't say to anybody else that you're with us or that you know of us.
I understand.
We don't know if our base is secure. We just got back.
I completely understand. We've been down this road before.
No Name Inn and Saloon. Give him directions. Give him a distinct description of No Name of Tom.
Okay. They bow to you and leave you.
Right.
It's a Marvel Snap location. Marvel's not in.
All right. So where do you guys go first? Are you going to your place first?
Yeah, I'm gonna start
You guys
following you unless
and
you stop me, or
Alright.
going with you.
You guys split up, but you do strangely see Gadget following behind you.
I said maybe Gadget should go with him.
Okay.
He didn't respond, but
I see.
So I'm just
Yeah, you're just
I
gonna be
was already-
following because he's not stopping.
I was already planning
So-
on that. I mean, I'm not gonna be like following. I'll be like off to his side a little behind.
maybe we should send Tim with him. But he probably don't want Tim with him.
Tim is not the most rogue.
He can at least like pretend like he's a halfling if he keeps his hood on or something.
And cast some spells of anything wonky happen.
All right. We'll go with your guys' place first. You guys arrive at.
They go to the family of the Baron family, wherever their estate or house is or whatever. Mansion.
Yeah, I'll say that you were given an address and place to meet if you were to be successful with the mission. You eventually come to a large estate within the city walls.
Have we been here before?
You have not been here before. An elderly chap slowly opens the gates like, "Why are you here? State your business."
Delivery for Nathaniel.
May I ask what be concerning?
What?
What is it concerning? What is
Oh.
delivery?
We fetched an item for him.
Very heavy.
I see. Give me one moment. Maybe 10 minutes passed when that gate finally flies open for you. And you are met with a smiling Nathaniel.
Yeah, lad.
Magni!
Got
Guys!
something. We got something for you. It's in the box. Early birthday present.
You did it.
We did it. Was there ever any doubt?
Come inside.
All right, follow him. David, pull that thing up here.
Yes, sir. All right. You are welcomed inside the Baron Estate. You meet several people that you've never met before. They all introduce themselves. They're either friends of the Barons, some are cousins,
I
distant
asked Nathaniel
relatives.
where Roderick is. He didn't die, did he? He's still here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's here. Roderick right now is meeting up with that elf woman. It's meant to be secret.
Okay.
There's a lot that has happened since you've been gone, Magni.
Yeah, so,
There is a revolt within our own royal court.
apparently you're not one of the defectors.
Of course not. We're loyal to the king.
Well, we got some unsettling news here. Should we be talking to your parents or?
Talk to Roderick about that.
Who's in charge of your family?
My father, of course.
Do you trust him?
Does he have an awesome
Of course I trust him, but he's not here. He's dealing with uprisings around the kingdom right now.
This place isn't safe for you and your family anymore.
Oh, no, that's fine. Surely.
Seems pretty sketchy right now.
We have new information.
Talk about this later.
Yeah.
Let me see the statue.
Where's that payment? I'll open up the box if we're in.
I removed my
private.
sack.
Yeah, you guys eventually get private, and Nathaniel just asks, "These are just my playmates, you know." He seems to be very socially acute. He knows how to like win people over with his childish antics. He's a child, but he's strangely more mature. All right, so you guys eventually get to a private area within his gardens. It's like, this is the statue of Saint Gamora. This is a gift from my father.
He sees it.
Yeah,
He says it's what for his father?
this was supposed to be a gift from my father. We told tales of how she once battled 1,000 demons.
Yeah. So can we borrow this angel of yours? Like, how do we make her come to life?
What are you talking about? Clearly, Nathaniel does not know this is an actual angel.
Oh.
Yeah, now you're starting to understand that he doesn't necessarily actually know this part.
Whose idea was it to get this gift, this statue gift for your father?
Well,
Isn't it a statue of an angel?
well,
Petrified angel, technically.
I had heard stories from the elves. I used to go to the Elven Conclave. They told me stories about Saint Namara, and I thought it'd be cool.
It was your idea?
Well, I got the idea from the elves, I suppose.
Really? And so the elves said, can you get your hands on the statue? You'd be a good gift for your dad.
Well, that's not exactly what happened.
What exactly did happen?
They just told me a story about her. And then I thought it'd be a good gift for my father.
It was a hell of a gift. Now,
It sure
Oh
is.
yeah, he.
what about our payment?
Yes. He like fiddles around. He like looks around, makes sure no one's looking. Then he hands you guys a large sack of gold. There's 10,000 gold pieces
All right, I put it in my bag. I put it inside my bag. I'm holding.
in here. Make sure to count that. I don't want to make sure everything's all good. How was
Where
the
did you
trip?
get this gold from?
Our family's rich.
Who gave you 10,000 gold?
That's my allowance.
Do you need any stewards?
So 10,000 like a week or?
Well, it's a month. Let's be real.
Do you need any of their jobs done?
How much allowance do you have saved up?
It's a royal
That-
family?
that's-
Or...
yeah, it's a royal family. It's like
Kind
one
of-
of the like richest, most respected families in the kingdom.
Okay, makes a little bit of sense then.
You get
They're-
10,000 every month. What do you do with all that
Stuff. That's none of your business.
I'm just curious.
money? Listen, what about an extra bonus?
For what?
Open your family armory.
He starts laughing like, okay.
Yeah, alright. That's a joke.
But seriously, if you need any more jobs done,
I will.
you know we can get stuff done.
I will look to the Covenant next time I need a job done.
Yeah.
Here's our fake card.
Well, if you need to see Roderick, he would be with the elves.
Yeah. Well, ask him if he saw us when he gets back. And if he says he didn't see us, tell him he should search us out.
I can do that. Wish you luck.
Yep, good luck to you, laddie. Save up that allowance. You may need us for a, I don't know, find your mom a wildflower or something.
Alright, he then escorts you out.
My lad.
And Tim is like, he gets 10,000 a month, that little brat.
Can't be right, but he had to have been lying. But,
I'll count that gold.
well, I'm not going to count it right out here on the street.
Right,
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
count it when we get back. I'm sure it's there.
Alright.
Unless the boy can't count.
You get to your mentor. And she's like, you have returned.
All right.
And I'm there with the
Yeah, and then she like looks.
He came with?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't say anything the whole time.
Yeah, I was
He
like,
followed
maybe
you.
you should take him with you, and then he said he's following
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
You didn't.
And
You were
Late
too
night
focused on
shade.
the task.
seems to be beside herself.
I
They're like looking.
wouldn't have brought him. God damn it.
Oh, you weren't paying
You
attention.
were paying attention.
So I
thought you
assume
were
you
gonna-
weren't paying attention. And Lady Night, she's like,
Yes, he just snuck in there.
"What are you doing?"
Hi, I'm Gadget.
Punishment. Punishment for my DM for not paying attention.
I mean, you said it like twice, bro.
Yeah, we were trying to talk about it.
Yeah, you just like left. You were messing with your phone. I don't know what happened.
Alright. Cool.
Oh, for
I get
fuck's
punished
sake!
for ratting out all the time, bro. You gotta suffer too sometimes.
Bring the gnome. She seems pissed, but she's allowing the gnome to enter.
I was
Too late
instrumental
now.
in this mission, my lady.
All right. And Lady Night, she looks at you. One word of this meeting location to anyone, and we'll find a way to make you disappear. You understand?
Why are you worried about a little goblin like me?
I take that as a yes. He understands, right, Yubo?
I will take care of it if you wish me to, Master.
I like that answer.
Feeling.
What the fuck does that mean?
I like your answer, Yubo. You can then
You
you can
saved,
start to repay for your idiocy here.
you saved my butt a time or two, so he's trustworthy. My apologies, Master.
All right, and Lady Night, she starts to look at these. These are all in ancient Elvish.
Yeah, some kind of way to work that flying ship we encountered. I recount our travels.
This is incredible. And she seems stunned. She doesn't know what to say. Damn it. I need that bitch's help. Stupid elf woman. I'm gonna have to work with her again.
Yeah, from what I've gathered on this whole covenant thing, it seems like we're kind of destined to do this, whatever this is. We're probably all gonna have to work together to.
You can roll essence motive when you say that. What did you get?
Let's go.
4, so it's 12.
12.
Can't really smell
Alright.
it though, it's too sealed
She
up.
does go quiet for a minute when you bring up the fact that you're declining it. But and then she
From the-
returns.
From the statues that we found in one of the first dungeons we were in, we all had the same dream. It's like this has happened before.
You can roll an essence motive. You get a +5 this time.
Look, it's still sealed. I didn't do anything.
13.
All right. Today you're just oblivious. Maybe you didn't sleep well. You didn't even notice that he followed you.
This is fine. As long as I make the crucial rolls, I'm not even a bitch.
All right. She dismisses the other halflings besides you and the goblin.
At this point, my life's been threatened a couple times, so I'm just taking this in.
I'm glad to see your safe return. But would you leave us? And then, they give the respect to the lady and they leave you. She looks around. Oh, so you weren't part of the covenant after all, Freya. And she's just talking to herself almost. But then it starts to dawn on you now that evidently Lady Nightshade knows Freya intimately.
Yeah, we brought back the statue of the petrified angel. Has something to do with the obelisks. I also saw another lightning storm that we probably should investigate. But I was hoping to learn how to maybe fly one of these boats and we could commandeer it.
Freya would know about this. Take these to Lady Freya immediately, along with your company.
Any other? Any other requests, just let me know what you need done.
Not right now, Yubo. I need to think for a moment. She seems to be really upset about something. And it's ever since you mentioned that you guys were the Covenant. So there's some weird tie in there.
As you wish, my lady.
They probably thought they were Covenant. No.
I'll
Wait.
smack him in the back of the head. Let's get out of here.
See where I stand now with you, Yubo.
See if I watch your back next time.
Alright, she entrusts you with all this like ancient knowledge of these flying spelljammers. You're to take all these apparently to Lady Freya.
Yeah, we'll deliver it. We'll go straight there.
Alright. Alright, so you're just gonna head straight to Lady Freya? Not gonna meet up with the other ones?
No.
That was your order.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to. She didn't tell me to do that.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
She did tell you to you need to give these to Lady Freya.
But that's what I'm.
That you and your group need to do so.
Oh. Well, I probably can't get in without him anyways. So
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I'll go get the elf.
Alright. Where would you guys head to immediately after you got your payment? Would you guys go to the No Name?
Yeah.
Alright, eventually everybody reconvenes at the No Name.
Before I go in, though, I want to slip in sneakily, see if I can find Tom and get him in private.
Alright. You don't have to roll for this. You know the place pretty well. This has been your base of operation for quite a while. Yeah, you can sneak in.
I'm buying your establishment.
All right. Can I get him off in private or catch him?
Yeah, sure. He seems surprised to see you. Like, Agni, my lord. How's it been going? I need to do the Bob voice.
What is it?
I tried to model
the
him
BG
after
Bob
Bob.
voice.
Oh, he's Bob.
How's it going there, partner? How's your travels?
Pretty good. How's things been here?
Pretty interesting, to say the least.
How so?
Evidently, there's a rebellion.
Oh yeah, that's old news. What else you got?
Don't tell
Well-
anyone else, but you're my favorite.
We're starting a parade here soon, despite the goings on, to commemorate our freedom from the Mad King.
Huh? What about the end here? Has everything been quiet?
Well, it's been busier than usual
Are you
with all the
actually-
people in the city.
You?
What do you mean, my friend?
I mean, and I'm gonna sense motive on him.
Okay.
I've been trying to gather whether or not he's
An agent of the old gods.
Yep. If anybody got to him, fucking 12.
Alright, he seems to be normal old Bob. Or Tom.
Any-
Alright, forget it. I'm not gonna do that.
Anybody come in here?
Put his name in Bob.
Oh,
Looking for me? Mentioning my name, maybe?
he starts to think for a while. No.
Group of men, like dozen of them.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Oh, those guys, yeah.
Well, Gathar said that you sent them. They weren't-
Gathars.
The men. I'm sorry, that's DM filial slip there. A group of men came in recently saying that you sent them.
Are they still here?
He points. Now you see them all. They're like eating, drinking, and
All right.
relaxing.
Whenever the other guys get here, we may need to talk to you.
I understand.
Nothing else happening around the base here.
Well, more and more people have been coming in recently with all the influx of peoples. You know,
Nothing unusual happening since we were gone here a week or two.
apart from the rebellion, the talk.
I'm talking about the base, not the stuff in the city.
No. The base is all good, sir.
All right.
He's playing Skyrim. He's saying, "Heard any rumors lately? Heard any rumors lately? Heard any rumors lately?"
Well, the boys will be in shortly. Make sure you get a nice welcoming meal and drinks for us ready.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Not the
can
usual fare that you feed to the common folk to come in here. We want the best shit.
do. I always have the best shit.
I'll flip him 50 gold.
Oh, motherfucker!
We got some
And he's like,
investment in this.
"You want to hit?"
Wait, what?
He like,
Did you have a
yeah,
pipe?
he has a pipe.
Of course!
It's the best. green in the South Valley.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright,
Listen check, spot check.
You're not there.
after you guys take your hits, he goes to cooking you guys a spectacular meal. Alright. You guys finally arrive. Everybody
Are we just waiting
enters.
for him to come back out.
Oh, that's right. You snuck in. So, what did you want to do after you snuck?
I'll go to the front door and wait for them. Or
okay.
in the back door, wherever they were waiting for me.
Alright. He waits you in.
Is it just Timon?
You and
It was
Me and
you,
Timothy?
Tim,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Timon, we're allowed to go in now. Let's go.
Fucking fine, I'm starving.
Right?
Come on, Timon.
Alright.
simple precautions, lads. Just trying to decide if there'd been any tomfoolery here.
Alright. Not an hour passes when you guys arrive back to the No Name Inn. You see Magni and
Sitting there
Okay.
feasting, drinking, or waiting for the food if he hasn't brought it yet.
Elf. Master of the Wilds.
Oh, keep it down. I'm wearing a hood for a reason.
Alright, be fine. Need you to take me to your lady.
Take me to your leader.
Tom serves you guys some of the best biscuits and gravy you guys had in a long time.
Ah, yes, it's been so long.
Kind of has been.
I was kind of hoping more for like roast duck or something.
Nothing beats some good old biscuits and gravy.
It really does.
Well, if we have a marathon, I'll make it again.
We really haven't had a marathon in a while. It feels like I would even wake up early,
Tim was
probably.
Wow.
We got paid, fellas.
I never sleep in anymore.
The child was good on his word. He gave us a lot of money. Apparently, he pisses as much as he gives us in a month.
Yeah, I got 10G from the boy. He said it was a normal monthly allowance.
Yeah, next time we're negotiating a lot higher.
I think so.
Yeah, we gotta do more work for that guy.
Everything go okay with you and Yubo?
I mean, other than some threats on my life for secrecy, I guess it was fine.
Oh. If you didn't want him to go, why didn't you just say so?
That would have been the move, maybe, but he seemed content with me watching his back, or he didn't notice me.
Yeah, that was my fault, Yubo. I sent him with you, hoping, maybe he could just guard you guys some.
It's fine. I need to deliver this to your lady. Will you take me over there?
My lady. We'll see you.
My lady, come
What
on,
is it?
my lady.
Just shit the other halflings had.
Right after I finish this biscuits and gravy, though.
Did they give you another job?
No.
She needed to think. Something, there was a revelation she needed to think about.
Oh, well, what was it?
Something that Yubo told her. I didn't really understand what they were talking about.
No. What tripped her trigger?
She just seemed to be disturbed that we're the Covenant. This shit's happening again. She was pretty excited to work with your lady, though.
I like working with
If we're excited, she did call that elf woman bitch.
Yeah. That was a big lie, for sure.
Yeah, my laugh was in character.
Alright, well, let's finish our food at least. Come up to my room, lads, before we leave.
And Kinsley
You're right, I
spots you
need my
guys like,
share.
Are we to soon meet your mentals?
That's
Who?
what Kinsley is asking.
Oh. Well, yeah, shit. I guess we better bring you along. But, we're gonna go up to my room for a second.
Understood.
We got a super secret stash of, weed from the South Valley up there.
Yeah, nothing gay's happening,
You
though.
do know that he seems to be humored by your statement. You do know weed's legal, right?
He said it's legal?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But it doesn't keep me from keeping stashes.
Fair enough.
I don't want to share with everyone else.
You don't want everyone to know you have the finest shit.
So I'll take them up to my room and I'll divvy this up. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is there only 5 of us? All right, everybody gets 2G.
Timon doesn't take it?
Fuck, Boromir portion.
No, Timon does.
Oh,
Everybody
he
gets
was
2,000.
counted.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Everybody gets 2,000 gold pieces.
Dang.
It's almost shopping time again.
It is already shopping time.
I haven't spent my gold in a while, so I
Yeah, Timon hasn't
Same.
either. Now he's He's got
What are you up to?
2,700.
6,000.
Yeah, I've got 2,800.
Yeah, you gotta be.
800 invested in the No Name Man.
Also, bro.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I did forget to mention that.
Not bad,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do
anything-
see a bunch of like
You
supplies
got
and
me
stuff at the ready at the No Name. Like it's about to be ready.
I don't think I bought anything.
He's been planning a renovation.
Yeah, nice.
You bought that spyglass.
Supplies and
Well,
stuff.
when I noticed
Yeah,
For
there's
what?
like a bunch of stuff like in the corners of the No Name In for renovations. He's been planning a renovation.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll wait till we talk to him again. Second.
All right,
Alright, so we doing the gay stuff here?
what? Tim was like, "What do you mean?"
I just called you up here to give you your money, Fender.
Oh, well, you have made some real weird hand gestures.
I thought we were doing gay stuff.
I'm not
It's
gay.
fine.
It's fine if you are.
Tim was like, "I like you as a friend. Nothing more."
It's fine. It's hard to resist an elven body. I understand. Proud of you for keeping it in.
Somebody up at work was like, we were talking about like how much money would it take for you to suck a dick and swallow it. I was like, I don't know if I could bring myself to do it.
And swallow hurts.
Yeah. Brad's like, I might try it once, get it out of the way.
Oh God, no.
I mean, for like $1 million, $7 million.
No
Hey,
way.
like if somebody offered you
Yeah.
$20 million.
Oh yeah.
Brad's already thinking about it. Yeah.
$20 million.
I'm gonna be looking at YouTube on how to get it done.
You retire overnight. You're done working for the rest of your life. Suck one day.
Sell your soul.
Your soul, you put a dick in your mouth.
Sell your soul, man.
This is premium content, guys. Like it's
Man, that is some homophobia to the highest
Okay,
level.
what's the lowest amount you do then?
It'll probably have to be at least $1 million.
$1 million. Someone offer you $1 million.
Making me a millionaire is pretty tempting. I could live off $1 million.
Yeah, so gross.
It's cheap.
You guys are mega homophobic. Get a dick anywhere near your mouth. You
It's
wouldn't.
more about just selling your integrity. Just selling.
I
your...
just don't think I could bring myself to physically do it.
You have to make
It's
a
true.
Like I
finish
would,
in your mouth.
I feel-
That's pretty rough, and you might actually fail at that.
No.
That could be something
No.
to fail at.
All right, let's get back on track.
Alright, guys. We had our
Let's
gay
get
talk.
straight-
I guess we can go back outside.
Imagine you discover you like it. You're just like, oh, God.
That was why we met up for the
On the way down the stairs.
hypothetical.
That's why we went up there.
Wow.
Man, they got gay really fast.
And Tim was like, I'm
Gotta
out.
warn you.
I mean, we just filled our mouths with all that sausage and the biscuits and gravy.
I'm gonna have to go to Brothel right now.
I want some other sausage and gravy.
You guys wouldn't do it for $2 million.
All right, after your not straight talk, what do you guys want to do? You guys are at
Tom.
We're going to go.
Going to Fred.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was talking to Tom, but I don't know. that.
to see the elves.
Alright.
You arrive at the Elven Conclave. With many of the elves pleasantly surprised to see you.
Yeah, we bring Kinsley and the
I have
And
to,
quite
I
surprised
have
to
lower
see
my
Chirp.
shirt.
troop of merry monks.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
gonna be crowded.
I don't know. Do we just need to leave
Merry
him and bring
monks.
him?
You don't
I
know.
thought he said monks. I was like, what?
Like just a group of merry men.
Did he leave his men behind and come by himself, or what did he do?
He asked, so would it be best if I just went?
Yeah, sure. We'll keep the other ones back at the No Name, waiting for us to return.
Okay. All right, yeah, you just bring Kinsley then. You arrive at the Elven Conclave. And one of your lady's representatives is like, Fandra.
My friends, I have returned.
And she looks to your group. Come this way. The lady's been expecting you. You guys get to a large pavilion where you're met by Lady Freya. My friends, how's your travels been?
Take my hat off and bow. My lady, quite fine. How's things here?
Interesting and chaotic.
Looks like it.
We bring you ancient elven knowledge.
Yeah, we need you to decipher it for us.
It's about airships.
She
From a
like looks
different
around.
plane.
You need to follow me.
How soon can we make one?
Alright. She's like, you guys need to follow me.
You
Let's
already?
get somewhere more private.
We're following you further.
Take us to your private hangar.
Alright, you guys get to a private chamber. Where on this world did you get these?
Some hobbits found it in some ruins, I think.
These are incredible.
Can you do it?
Hobbits find the damnedest.
She's like looking at it.
Vandal,
These
ask
are-
her if they can make them.
We saw one of these. And I'm
Will you let her
Speaking in
talk?
Elvish, by the way, I don't think I can.
Yeah, we failed to stop a ritual, and one of these flying ships came to our dimension from another one.
That's what happened to Kingsport.
Excuse me?
You destroyed it whole.
You're telling me that a spelljammer came from a different plane of existence?
Yeah, can you make us one? We need to fight it.
Maybe just an
Or
anti-air.
just teach me how to pilot it. And
She's like looking through them. It takes her several minutes before she can like, respond to you appropriately. This is really detailed. I would need some time to decipher some of this stuff, but we could theoretically build one.
How soon?
Finest elven craftsmanship.
How soon?
We would need materials that we in the Elven Conclave don't have. We would need the finest crystals that the gnomes would have. We would need dwarven crafted stones from the north.
Can we ship them in by next week?
could you teach me? Could you teach me how to fly it so we could possibly commandeer theirs?
I could potentially teach anyone who knew how to cast magic to fly these.
Do you have other aerial transportation that we could use right now, like dragons or?
She seems to be someone that even brought this to her. She's like completely ignoring his ravings.
This is a gift from the lady.
Lady.
He said you're friends.
The lady.
The lady.
What do you mean, Lady Nightshade?
Yeah.
Yes.
In no mush, I hit him up while they're talking since I got dismissed pretty fast there. And I'll just be like, so what can you tell me about his boss, Yubo's boss?
She very secretive and threatened my life just for being there. She was very upset that I was brought along.
Threatened
Apparently,
your-
Yubo didn't notice me there.
What the fuck? Didn't he hear us talking about it?
I guess not.
Lady
Unless
Freya's
they were
like,
talking in Gnomish.
They were.
Oh, then we didn't know
she
that.
looks to all of you and looks at you guys very close.
She seemed to be upset that we were the Covenant.
Oh, I see. She never really could let that go.
Speaking of the covenant,
Lady Nightshade's name is actually Lilia. Better write that down. She won't like that being known.
What was that?
Then Elvish. Then Elvish.
She did say that, no.
Suck it.
I'll write it down.
You wouldn't do that to a tree.
Hey,
She does smile and she looks to all of you.
we speak common tongue here. What's happening?
Right after
She
you
she
Are we all
decides,
here?
then decides it's being content. I used to think I was part of a covenant. I too once belonged to an adventuring party, very much like yours. One of
Lady,
each
there ain't
race-
nothing like ours.
One of each race, it turned out. We also came upon several ruins with statues that looked like us. We had thought ourselves to be chosen by destiny.
Lady Freya.
Did
we
you
had,
guys? Did you
we had a
guys?
shared dream where we walked a line of statues.
Oh, we-
Infinite statues.
But we took the road not taken. You guys took the main road, didn't you?
That's where you went wrong.
We never had that dream.
They weren't the real covenant.
So,
No, that explains it. We're sorry.
Coincidental placeholder.
she
Good
smiles.
news is you got the real covenant working for you.
She says it's fine. You don't have to be sorry. It's just amazing that it's true at all. She she smiles to you and looks at you. Me and your mentor, Thauron, we traveled together as part of this covenant as well.
Ah, shit. I thought you were all a bit chippy. You must have suspected we were covenant champions all along.
So now
We're kind of hankered.
it comes to light to you guys now that all your mentors both knew each other before you guys formed, and that they, at one point, thought they may have been a covenant. So all your mentors are related on that note.
You guys fight old gods in your time as well?
No,
Well, then you ain't the Covenant.
no, we're not.
They were just placeholders.
We only thought we were. You can understand.
Well, we think we are too, so who knows? Only takes one stick of dynamite to blow that plane up.
Right.
Yeah, that reminds me of the time I sacked most of the party for one of my party members.
I had to fix it.
Not one of my finest hours. Yeah, Fenrir bailed us out.
To be fair, the bunch of dynamite that I lightning struck with duds, so.
Anyways.
Only you'd worship Tengora harder.
All right. She then begins to say, "There's something going on here in the city. I have a bad feeling.
We heard that the houses were fighting each other, some kind of uprising.
It's all too convenient. We had planned to do the mission to Delster on the morrow. But then they are to have this parade, which is going to block off the train tracks. It all seems too perfect.
Do you need us to take care of this parade, ma'am?
Do you need us to steal the train?
No, I'm saying there's something really wrong.
Yeah.
Be on your guard."
Kinsley.
Why were you going to
Tell her.
And then
I
she
say-
does actually get to look at Kinsley.
I
And
said,
who are you?
Kinsley, tell her everything.
All right.
Once upon a time.
All right, I'm not going to read this whole thing again, but he does.
I was like,
He does about an hour and a half. A time elapses where he like retells what he told you, and this seems to stun Freya even more. And then she looks to you, like, "Is this all true?"
She says what?
as far as we know.
Is what he says is
Yeah,
true?
Kinsley's like,
I saw the city whenever the portal opened.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw the ship come out of it.
I critted it, I can tell you exactly what it looks like.
If you gathered all your allies and all your craftsmen and all your resources, could you make a fleet of these airships for us?
and then this is when Roderick enters the room. "My lady, I've returned. Great news." And then,
Who?
and then Roderick enters.
Hey, Roderick. The boy said you's out and about over here.
He looks, he goes, "The Covenant? It's been months."
Yeah, the boy, he wanted a statue for his dad. Went and fetched it for a month's worth of allowance, I guess.
And this seems to bring a great smile to Freya. "So it worked then. I did technically tell the boy to do it, but I nudged him in the right direction.
Uh-huh. You've been pulling lots of strings, haven't you?
You must understand, Magni. We are at war."
Ha! Me and my chaps know this better than anything.
And Roderick's like, "That's what I've come to tell you about."
Who do you think's on the front lines of your fucking war? Covenant champions.
Magni, you're being a huge fucking douche.
Chill. When did you think you got so cool?
It seems...
I've never disrespected another mentor.
Ain't disrespecting shit here.
Roderick then says, "My lady, we have a problem. I do not believe this delay was accidental. There's something a bit foul about this parade. It's about the start." And Freya's like, "Now? Of all times?" "Yes."
It's a trap!
You guys, eventually you guys wander outside as you guys are talking. And you guys do see that clouds have started to appear overhead. The sky is starting to darken some.
Kinsley, get your men.
Lady Freya, if you have any artifacts we could use, it'd be a great time.
You got one of them ships anywhere back there?
"No, Magni, I don't have a flying spelljammer.
Fine,
I'm
what-
sorry."
What about a dragon?
This is a lot that I've been thrown at. A lot has been thrown at me.
Are we
okay?
prepared for the city to be invaded? Because that might be what's happening.
And then, as you say that, you hear a large explosion out in the distance, and you guys turn your heads.
Not
There's an explosion at the royal palace. And you see about 1/3 of the royal palace has been destroyed.
I'm scanning the skies.
And then a streak of green lightning arcs across the sky. And we're going to have a cliffhanger here because that's went way faster than I expected for reading all that lore dump.
Lady Freya, do you have any foods or cloaks of elven kind that I could purchase? You're a great elf.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
stashes of these.
That is actually one thing I forgot to mention.
Those don't exist in this realm.
No.
They already gave us some?
They can only be equipped by elves.
Alright.
Before... shit, I did this slightly out of order because I'm an idiot.
How do I nerf this?
Alright. They tell you, before the palace has the explosion and the green lightning streaks, everybody's looking around. It's I got a battle about this. If there's anything you need to know, I would do it now.
Who's saying this?
This is Lady Freya.
Kinsley, get your man!
And he's can do. And he'll go and get his man and go return to the Elven Conclave. Essentially, if you guys want to do any last minute shopping, you guys can do it now.
Then she has.
And then you guys gonna return, and then we're gonna get to the insane shit.
Since it's an Elven Enclave, I was I figured it'd be a good place to ask for boots and cloak of Elven kind.
Yeah, let's do some
We'll,
shopping here, maybe.
We'll get to that next time. On Dungeons and
So you're saying we
Dragons.
already went shopping?
No, we're going to do
No,
shopping.
you're gonna go
and then-
shop. This before
We're gonna
that
do shopping
whole
while
thing.
the cities is getting
No,
attacked?
before that, because I did that slightly out of order.
That's what I said. So we did it before.
Yeah, you'll be doing it before the ship goes down.
You may not be leaving this place for a while. You may want to save under a different slot before entering.
That's actually more or less. You know how halfway into Final Fantasy,
Yeah,
you
Final
flat
Fantasy
screen,
always
and
shut
then
down and
you
then
save
leave
this
the
before
stores.
because it'd be a long time.
This is the point of no return for a while. You may want a different slot in case your party
Then
sucks
again,
ass.
we could just loot our money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're literally almost beginning of disc 3, essentially.
And we're only having to utilize the second save slot so far. We're doing efficient work.
So I'm sorry to end it a little prematurely, but I went through my lore dump faster than I expected. I spent so much
told
work
you,
on
dude.
that. I know. You're right.
Remember that scene where an Earl and Swain come in and
I expected that
try
to get a little
abduct
longer.
him? That took me quite a while to write up, and then I was the whole scene was 30 minutes.
I know. It's
An hour, maybe tops.
I maybe spent an hour. It's oh no. I was hoping. All right, I'll give everyone 800 XP.
800? That's it?
That's it.
Oh, where's this XP dump?
It's coming, man.
That's a bit of an XP dump for just talking session.
We completed our mission.
Normally you'd give us 200 there, man.
It wasn't just talking. Not if you completed a mission.
Yeah, end of mission bonus.
I guess.
I mean, you get to go. You can check off your missions during the mission.
Your journal is more clean and neat.
Essentially, we're about to get to this 3.
That's your reward.
I can't say some things without spoiling anything, but after these series of events that transpire, that your game will open up a lot and you'll get your choice of what mission you want to do.
We've already been choosing missions.
I know, but way more so. It's going to become nearly open world.
Nice betting chip if we do any of that tonight.
Yeah, I'll pick a new one each night.
God, that didn't last as long as I was like. That's been so long, I felt like too. But of course, you have to go over a lot of things in your head. And I ended up scrapping a lot.
And recording.
So curious
Episode
what
368.
So curious what the hell this is. I know
Only
what it
3.5
is, but
hours.
is that a set?
Well, the
Brothers
last
of War?
session's going to take a
What is
lot
that?
longer.
The Brothers War is the set.
Oh, that's the set that.
I thought you were talking about the art for a second.
Any of it. So that was just cards from that pack.
The Brothers War is the blocks that he bought, that we drafted out of him first.
Oh.
It's a set.
Well, what did you guys think of this lore dump?
Great.
Pretty good. Yeah, you should write a book, man.
Yeah, you and Ben.
I mean, I'm saving.
Fledgling
myself in
writers.
case,
I wrote short stories. I have short stories.
I know, I never got to read them.
Yeah, I've never